Hello?
I still can't hear. I'm going to have to restart mix, I think. I'll do it at the end of the song. I assume it's green because I can't see it. Right. Restarting mix. Ooh. Is that working now?
Is it? Is it working?
Oh, I'm getting some weird feedback. Yes?
Can you hear me?
But not like it's supposed to be. I'm hearing myself ages later. I can hear you, but not when I'm supposed to be hearing you. I'm going to stick a track on anyway. Right, let's try and fix this situation. This is crazed out nonsense. Wow. I'm doing it to normal, it's not a mic, but...
If it's too wild, you don't have to do the StreamYard thing.
Oh, that suddenly worked for no reason.
Oh, sweet. Happy days.
I mean, I'm getting a bit of echo, but...
There is, that might be due to my social...
I should find that.
Okay. I'm gonna do some bits, but if you need me or need any support, just give me a message.
That's cool.
And you've got a friend now, so
I got a friend.
There you go.
Guys.
Hello, friend.
How you doing? All right.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, Chris. I'm actually off now, but nice to see you for a second.
Yes, indeed. How many hours have you put this?
I'm just coming off my 32nd hour straight, so. And then I did another 6 yesterday, and I've had no sleep between them, so.
Don't pity him.
Yeah. So luckily, I've managed to get an old man with Parkinson's to cover me.
an old man. I've had to come out to the shed because my laptop's on Wi-Fi and I just didn't think it would work. It's so cold that I've come out in a massive blanket. I look like one of the I don't know what I want to look like. Like a sand person.
A fluffy Jedi.
I was going to have a sip of coffee.
Do it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's the running theme. I think everyone that's been on stream at least has been wearing a dressing gown. So
Yeah.
even Jana and Bill turned up in their pajamas. So
Wow. I feel overdressed.
Right. Lovely to see you quickly, Chris. But I have to go get some sleep, mate.
Go.
Andrew, any problems? Just message me on Facebook, and I'm going to leave all my rigs set up, so it'll only take me a couple of seconds.
No worries. Okay, mate.
All right, catch you later. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Chris.
So just queuing up a few tracks.
Groovy. Here we are on a lovely Kent dark, wet night.
Yeah. Oh yes.
How you keeping, Andrew? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a bit of a roller coaster recently, but got a job situation. But
any news on that job?
Yeah, it's not good, but then I think it's their fault. Basically, they asked me to do some programming for them.
Yeah.
For Android. They tried to install it on their thing and they can't, but I've managed to install it on the only Android device I've got. So I'm pretty sure it's their fault. So they've kind of said, we don't want to take this any further. And I was like, no, I think you've messed up. I think you need to give me a fair shot on this. So hopefully. You
can't see what they're doing, can you?
Exactly. So I think their test is at fault.
Yeah, but I mean, for all you know, they could have their own in-house favourite, and they just said, "No, we can't upload it." Just playing devil's advocate. I mean, I at least if you're an interview and you knock a glass of water over, then you can say, "Well, I did that."
Yeah, exactly.
But when you've done a perfectly decent program, and they're saying we can't load it, well, either they're not very good, or or they're just covering the fact they've got call me cynical.
At the end of the day, it might not be good enough, and that's fair enough, but I'd rather know.
I think you're a bit of a stickler for detail, Andrew. I've seen the quality of what you do, and I'd be very surprised if you've come up with something that can't be loaded on that thing. But
cool.
We move on.
I'm going to put us on air because this song is really long, and I only did it to cover while I was had a bit of a problem. So
long song.
Here we go. That is far too loud. I'm going to turn that down. How's it going? We are back again. Sorry, I had some technical issues, which were all entirely planned. I'm just going to bring the old chat in. We have got Chris from Sumpin Leaves. How are we going?
We're doing well, thank you, Andrew. Doing well.
Excellent. So, what's going on in Sumpin Leaves land at the moment?
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a very mixed year in terms of like the record. We've had our most successful album of the 5 with States. So we're very grateful to all the radio stations and presenters, shows that have played it. In the last 2 years, I keep a running tally of who and what, and we're up to 350 stations have played in the last 2 years. So that's fantastic, and we were very pleased to have the UK Country Radio Album of the Week. That was nice. And the award from the World Songwriting Awards for Brilliant Jewel. So all of that was lovely. On the downside, we did a gig in February, and then in April, my partner in Sumpin Leaves, Neil Faulkner, tripped on a curb near his home in Suffolk, quite a remote spot. And cut a long story short, the doctors that I think he probably tripped twice because he managed to mess up soft tissue on both sides of his face, slightly misalign his jaw, mess up in a knee, and mess up the fingers in both hands and lose a few nails. So he was drinking soup through a straw for about a month, and bless him, after that, because we'd finished pretty much the recording of the album, he carried on producing it and released it about a week. So, you know, fair play to him. But he couldn't rehearse or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So it's been a slow process, but he has. We had a rehearsal a couple of weeks ago, and he's playing in a slightly different way. He's playing acoustic rather than the kind of, you know, full-on electric stuff. And fingers crossed, we've got 3 gigs for February, late and July lined up, and we should be okay to start playing live again. But so there you go. Really, the rough and the smooth,
ups and downs. It's always the way, isn't it? You can't. Got to take the rough with the smooth, as they say.
Yeah, and I mean, I must admit, and I'm sure you know you appreciate this as much as me, Andrew, that, you know, I'm talking about the music and this and that, but when it boils right down to it, people's health is paramount, you know. Something that I learned in 2015 without going into great detail. So, you know, it's like I'm glad for him that he's having a better quality of life now. And the selfish part of me says, right, stop, get off your backside and start writing albums.
Do your job. Do your job.
I'll do your page.
Get on with it. Yeah, I completely get that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, health. At the end of the day, music is one thing, but it's all about people. People make it, people produce it, people distribute it and play it, etc. So you've got to have the people, you've got to have the network.
Yeah, and also, you know, without family and friends to, you know, kind of G you up a bit, or, you know, whatever. It's life's tough, isn't it? So, you know, it makes you appreciate those people. But yeah, so yeah, things. It's been a, you know, a mixture, but musically, we're very happy. Yeah, very happy.
I think that's the other good thing about it. Yeah, with all the bad stuff that's going on there as well, you've got music to help you through it, I think, as well.
Yes. It does. Sometimes it gets you through, doesn't it? It's like, without sounding a bit cynical, though, sometimes it's like, you know, you've had like a bad time, and then you hear, you know, like a 16-year-old come on the radio singing about how bad it is that they split up with a girlfriend or something. And thinking back to when I was 16, yeah, it was the worst thing in the world.
Now it's freedom.
When you get to a number with a 6 in it, but it's not after or a 1, you kind of realise there are worse things, probably. But what hour of the Zerbathon are we into now, Andrew?
Oh, you're asking me to know stuff now, are you? There is a way I can find that out. I'm going to say it's it's the first hour of the Not Your Usual Zerp. That's all that we need to know right now, and I will have a look at it. As Admin Lady Cat cannot math today, I cannot math today. I will look it up while we have a track, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on something by White Heat, and then we'll have a chat about a Sumpin' Leaves song to put on after that.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Okay, this is Loaded Dice. Right, we are off that air, but we are on. If people want to look at hear us talking, they can also hear us talking.
They can hear us talking.
If not on the station, but on the video stream. So if they're watching on the
yeah, that's good. So what was I going to say? Are you still doing? You were dabbling in a bit of promotion, weren't you?
I was doing some promotion for Muto and a couple of other bands, but it's worked okay-ish for Muto. I don't have the time at the moment. Yeah, but the reason it was working okay with them is because I've got a personal connection.
Yeah.
I found with others, because I couldn't see them often enough, I just wasn't making that sort of connection to understand what they needed.
Yeah, sure.
So at the moment, I'm kind of, I have got a thing I'm trying to work towards, but it's had to take a back seat while I get myself a job sorted out and had one or two little health things. So, Nigel's here. I'm just going to bring Nigel from, there we go. Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Germany.
Yeah, I can. And just obviously say what you like. It doesn't matter. But we are this side is on the YouTube constantly and on Facebook and everywhere. So.
Well, I'll try not to destroy your reputation entirely then.
I'd have to have one of those, wouldn't I?
I wasn't going to say anything, but
I see.
No, you're fine.
Cold tea as well, Nigel.
Sorry,
I see you've got a glass of cold tea as well.
I have. It's very good cold tea.
Mm.
It's kind of Scottish cold tea.
On for a Scotch.
Aged in an oak cask.
It came from a cask, yes. It's quite nice.
What blend of cold tea is that on?
This is a single cold tea.
Oh, you put me to shame. I'm just on a gin.
Well, I'm working on the basis that Christmas is coming, and one of my nice sons might give me a replacement one for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I can get through a little bit more of this one between now and then.
I always look forward to Christmas because I wonder what song John Lewis will slow down and sing as a ballad. That's,
I think they should do something by Marilyn Manson this year.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I think it's John Lewis, but someone's taken Blink-182's All the Small Things, haven't they? And I don't know. It's at first novel, but after a while, it's just like generic sort of balladizer. It's turn on the balladizer. And out it comes.
Yeah, no, they need to do something more challenging, I think.
Yeah,
right. Give me a song because I've had to stick something else on for now. But Chris? Give us a song to play.
How about Prohibition Whiskey Blues 32? That would, wouldn't it?
That would suit. Yeah.
Given we're all drinking tea.
I tell you what, we'll come back on for a chat and you can introduce it.
Okay.
But we've got 2.5 minutes left of B. Everett being far too gorgeously voiced.
Yeah.
I hate challenging people. It's very unfair.
Oh, don't. It pisses me off so much. I could sit here for days and days and come up with something that just goes, yeah. It's just something horrific. And yeah.
I was doing sound for the lovely Mike Wilton at our pub last night.
Right.
Bastard. Far too good.
When I was at
Mike Wilton.
I think so. I think the last time we chatted, we might have done that.
Standard lamps and sort of stuff.
Vaguely rings a bell. I'll be honest. I lose track of so much stuff.
Yeah.
Frankly, I lose track of what day of the week it is these days. But
yeah. I think I said to someone the other day, I didn't realise I'd get old so young.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You never think when you're like in your 20s that every time you get in and out of a chair, you're going to
You get in and out of chairs now. I try not to do that.
I'm a flash.
Wherever possible, I avoid it. I don't like moving.
Well, no, moving is overrated, I think. I mean, if you
definitely.
stage, you realise that.
So if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
you live with that.
I don't need it. Legs overrated.
Yeah.
Scary one. I mean, I bicycle around the place a lot because it's a very good attempt to keep fit. And then when you bicycle somewhere, you can have a beer and bicycle home. Youngest son up in London got knocked off his bicycle a month ago. And he's dead keen cyclist, dead fit, and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
he got flattened by some lady who didn't see him.
Some seconds and we're coming back on.
Yeah, 6 broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Okay, that was Liar from B. Everett. I'm just going to bring the guys back in. So I've got Nige from Higgs and the Bosons here as well. Say hi.
Hi there.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well for someone who's getting worryingly old these days. But yeah, I'm good.
I think what I'm expecting is all the old farts come in this early because they want to get in bed by 10, and then I'll get the lunatics after that. That's probably the way it's going to go. But yeah, so we were just discussing.
Do we have an arrangement for sort of waking Tiz up about every 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, no, I've got an electric cattle prod remote one on him now.
Ah,
you want me to, if you want me to jab him anytime, just let me know.
Excellent, if you could, because I mean, we could do a $5 a time, raise money that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But we have to record the squeals and then make a song out of it for next year. Right, Chris, you're gonna introduce Prohibition Whiskey Blues for me.
Hi there, this is Chris Brown of Sunpin Leaves, and you're about to hear a track from our 5th album, Altered States, and it's set in 1932 in the US during Prohibition, and it's appropriately called Prohibition Whiskey Blues 32.
Cheers.
I'll drink to that.
I'm far too much of a lightweight for whiskey. To be honest, we discovered in the back of a cupboard the last remnants of the last box of 18 beers that I bought. About 3 of them left. I think I bought them almost a year ago. This is how rarely I drink these days.
Does the alcohol help any pain that you may have, or does it make it worse when you...
See, I haven't gone far enough down the road, I think, for it to make enough difference for such a long time. I don't know. It probably would. The other thing is, of course, I keep meaning to ask my Parkinson's people about like cannabis oil, because that's supposed to be really good for it. But I don't know. I don't want to try it without, because I've got so many brain-related meds. I think it would just be that it's just this cocktail.
Well, I mean, I want to try it without. Back in March 2020, I was meant to go for my 60th birthday trip to the Great Lakes in the US, and obviously for obvious reasons I couldn't do it. So we finally got out there in October, this October, during the time of the worst exchange rate in history for the dollar. But what I did notice was the billboards by the the roadside, how many there were that said turn off next left for great weed, or there's about, I think it's about 2/3, maybe more, of the states have legalized cannabis. So for a situation like you're describing, that's good, I suppose, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah. Like I say, I don't know how much good it is. It sounds like a lot of it's a bit what's the word, anecdotal. But
there's a sort of a thing I don't understand. We have a government which seems to be desperate for money. Mostly our
it's
money.
A lovely thing to tax, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you legalize it and tax the hell out of it? I mean, I can't understand that one.
I just think I mean, they could save a lot of money on prisons by doing things the right way as well, but it's just political suicide.
Well, 10 years ago, I think you're right. Anybody who tried to would have been voted out or something. Is that still true? I don't know.
I think they think it is, and I'm not sure they're correct. I think that's where we're at.
I feel like the UK is the big testing ground for vape, because I think there's more vaping in the UK than any other country. And I think the US is like the testing ground for cannabis.
Right.
Be very interesting over the next 10 years, if we're all around, to see what happens in society with, vape, whether people like me start growing a second head or whatever, and people in the US, whether it causes social problems. I don't know.
Vaping drives me nuts. It's like we haven't seen steam like that since the Victorian era.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's just like a bloody steam train going past. Especially when they do it in the car. Like, how can you see? Mental.
I'll tell you, one with the music, I've got a haze machine for use on stage.
Yes.
Pumping a bit of sort of smoke around, as it were. Yeah. But I'm pretty certain it's exactly the same technology, just scaled up, was used in vapes.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if I could tip some of the flavors into it.
Tip a bit of watermelon nicotine in there.
Flavored haze around the stage.
Have you guys been to any gigs lately?
I haven't for a couple of months mainly because of money situation.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So everything's gone stupid. But yeah. Last one I went to was probably about 2 months ago.
All right. Well, who was that?
What's the last one? Oh my God. The last one I went to was Struck Down, I think, in Canterbury. Struck Down are pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And I was down at the front. And I've got because of my stupid back, I've got like a walker with a seat on it. But that time I was having some issues with sleep, and I actually managed to fall asleep in a Struck Down gig from like 4 meters from the stage.
What about you, Nigel? You've been to?
Yeah, only really sort of local stuff.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's a lovely local band called Karma and the Devil, 3-piece. They're basically a covers band, but what they do extraordinarily well. Everyone's favourite sort of rock classics. They had their 10th anniversary, and they ran that at the Royal Oak in Tunny Wells. So I was doing sound for that. Prior to that, we had a benefit gig, actually, also at the Royal Oak for Local and Live, with various bands playing, including Higgs, which probably put off a lot of people, but there we go. Mostly local stuff like that. Biggest event last sort of couple of months was the Spa Valley Railway Beer Festival.
Oh yes, yeah.
I don't know. Do you know about that?
I don't know. I've not heard of that one.
The Spa Valley Railway, which runs out of Tunny Wells, which is a kind of private hobbyist railway thing, like guys with a huge big train set.
Yeah.
And they got steam trains to play with and old stuff like that.
Yeah.
And once a year, with the aid of the beer people, Camera, they put on a 3-day beer festival in their main engine sheds to raise money to help them run for each year. Keep buying the coal for the for the steam trains and stuff. And it's massive. I mean, there's about 120 different beers there, all lined up on racked up green hop stuff, all beautiful ales if you like that sort of thing. And lots of bands play, and I'm usually hired in to run the sound for that for the 3 days.
Yeah.
Which is hard work, but you can't knock it. It's just brilliant fun. Yeah.
No, I mean we managed to. We're playing. Something Leaves are playing the Sandwich Folk and Ale Festival.
I'm just going to mute you at this end for a second while I bring us back in. Sorry. There we go. That was My Eyes from Next to Mountains. Press the wrong stupid thing. Professionalism at every single count here. So we've still got Nige and Chris in the chat. I'm just going to make sure you all know exactly what you're doing here. You're not here to have fun. You're not here to enjoy any of this music or me talking or us talking with each other. You're here to give us loads of money. All that money that you stole off that pensioner at the post office the other day, you need to go over to xrpradio.co.uk/donate and give it to us so that we can, keep Tiz updated with his Rent Boy addiction and make sure that he gets the plastic surgery he needs so he doesn't look like the ugly one from a St. Trinian's film. All right, I'm going to bring the guys back in now.
Excellent.
I guess, Nigel, what's going on in Higgs and the Bosons world? And, of course, your other band you were talking about, Christmas stuff.
Being a complete tart, I'm currently sort of playing in 3 bands, badly, I hasten to add. But one of the things you'll probably understand this. It took me a while to work this out. I've been failing to play an ordinary guitar for some time in a couple of bands, and then for some reasons that we won't bore you with, I ended up playing bass in a band. And this is a revelation, because when someone says, "Oh, yeah, this song starts with an A sus4," and you're going, "Geez, what's the fingering for an A sus4 or something?" You're playing bass. No, it's just an A.
It's an A.
Brilliant.
A minor, it's an A.
It's wonderful. Yeah. A minor, no, it's an A. Yeah.
A6 add 9, no, it's an A.
No. Less strings to break.
Exactly. It's brilliant.
It's pretty hard to break those things as well. I've tried.
Yeah, you can't break a string. Well, not unless you belt the drummer over the head with the whole thing.
Yeah, that can be risky sometimes.
It's a revelation. It's brilliant. I'm really enjoying that. I'm not sure the audience are, but hey, I mean, yeah.
Who's worried about the audience as long as you're having
Well,
fun?
indeed.
Yeah,
That's what's going on here. I'm not worried about whether the audience enjoy a single word of this, as long as I'm having fun. I don't even care about you guys.
Well, we know that.
Right.
Higland is fairly quiet, but we got we're just working on 3-4 new songs at the moment. Should get the arrangements sorted, and hopefully might try and record them in the new year.
Wonderful. And what about this Christmas stuff you were telling me about the other day?
Well, the Coney Island Christmas stuff, the 3 songs, they're all basically written. They're mostly recorded now, and we want to have them up on Spotify basically the sort of beginning of December.
Excellent.
Very, very tongue-in-cheek.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, I wrote a letter to Santa, but didn't quite get it right. So Satan came down the chimney, and
yeah. I hope he didn't just give you a terrible fright. You can do better than that.
Well, no, I didn't write those lyrics, so I'm innocent, honest.
Fair enough. Right, we'll have a little chat about some Higgs to get on. Probably after this, I'm going to stick on some Primer. We need some rock now. This is My Bastard Gods.
The teapot.
These guys I've seen live a few times recently. They're phenomenal. But Gabby, the front woman, she's so sweet, but on stage she's terrifying. Higgs and the Bosons got referenced during Muse Your Own Adventure. I wish I'd caught that. I would have. Selfish daughter of mine had a birthday thing, so. Oh, I foolishly. That's better. Couldn't hear. Yeah.
So
kids have their birthdays at all the wrong times.
So going back to the gig thing, have you known any sort of trends in gig going amongst people since the pandemic?
No, it's been the ones I've been to have been pretty healthy. I've just remembered I went to see Estelle May in Canterbury a couple of days after that Struck Down gig, and Nosebleed. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're from Leeds, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, what a show live! They're just so full of personality.
Yeah.
The singer is quite a chunky guy. He comes out in the middle of the audience with his guitar and his microphone, right? Oh, huddle around me, and he's like, you can smell his sweat, you know. and there's just such a personality. It was wonderful.
A couple of things I've noticed is that some people are saying, I'm going to go to less gigs.
Right.
And I'm going to go to the cheaper or free ones.
Right.
And other people are saying, I'm going to go to less gigs and I'm just going to go to the expensive ones, if you see what I mean. So, for instance, there are people who are going to spend £71 to go to Crystal Palace Park next year to see Iggy Pop, Blondie, and the Generation Sex, which is obviously Generation X and Sex Pistols together, sort of mixed up. And you know, I can see both. I can see both sides. It's as long as people carry on going to gigs, it's good, I suppose. But there are.
I don't think I'm interested in the bigger gigs anymore.
Pardon?
I don't think I'm really that interested in the bigger gigs anymore. There's a couple of bands I've never seen that I love, and I think I would like to. It's Bjork and a band called Everything Everything, who are quite they're sort of a 21st century Radiohead on the dance floor,
right?
If you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm really not that interested. It's so much money. They're like a dot in the distance half the time.
Yeah.
And I'd rather go and see local bands at the moment. Are so good, some of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But it's quite hard out there, I think. Kent, we're a little bit spoilt compared to some counties for radio stations for a start.
Yeah.
But also venues.
Yeah, and I think simply there's a bit more money down here.
Yeah, that's a factor as well, and you can get up to London, I guess, if you can afford it. Yeah, those are pluses. But yeah, I don't think there's a county with more independent radio stations in the country.
No, I don't think there is.
There's about 15 that I know of. Whereas you say somewhere like Northampton, there's a Call to Allah radio station, which is, if you're religious and stuff, that's great. But if you're looking for someone to play your country and western track, not so good. So yeah, North Chester and stuff, so that Cheshire on. So I don't think we realise how lucky we are sometimes in this great county, Kent.
I think you can flood the market a bit, though. It gives to people, there's too much to choose between, and I think it means you've got a lot of work to do to keep your stuff up to date on all those stations as well. There's probably a happy medium between 15 and 1, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. There's a bit of competition, and it's I suppose it provides jobs for albeit unpaid.
Yeah, it provides expensive hobbies.
What I don't like so much, and you may disagree, is it's what's happening in the UK is exactly what's been happening in the US for a long time, is the hoovering up of independent radio, and it all becomes Heart FM or there's a place for it, but the same rotation.
Yeah,
it's artists, independent artists have got to find somewhere to play. I mean, obviously live music's one thing, but to get heard by.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, if you're sitting in the car, I'll quite often end up tuning into Planet Rock because they play a certain amount of stuff that I quite like. But how on earth, if you're not signed, if you haven't got an agent, you haven't got a PR machine behind you, how do you get played on a station like that? You don't.
Agree. No. Yeah.
And that's sad because it's such a narrow sort of channel. It's same old. Sure, I don't know, the Black Crows bring out a new track, so you hear that, but you don't hear anything of the bands around your area or anything else that's going on.
Yeah.
No, I do think that BBC local radio stations should be a bit more of an emphasis on local music. It doesn't make sense to have a local radio station and they're playing Ariana Grande or something.
Yeah, from what I heard, they're going backwards because a number of counties I think they're talking about stopping BBC introducing.
Oh, really?
And if they they may do all. Now, personally, from a selfish point of view, I can say, well, I don't give a toss because they've never played us once. But BBC Kent have, so bless you, BBC Kent upload. It's, I guess we're probably not their target market, but it's a complex thing, radio, isn't it? The whole, and sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the things I've been musing. Part of I said to you, I've got a thing going on that I'm trying to build. One of the aims of it, and the fairly long-term part of it, is like an educational section where you educate bands on how to interact with sound men and venues and how to get themselves marketed properly.
Would you like my 20-minute rant on that subject?
Yes. Could you trace it down to a 30-second soundbite though?
It goes roughly along the lines of
yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But at the same time, there are sound men that are shit. There are venues that are shit, and it might not be their fault. They just might not know. So there's a sort of upskilling. Yeah, some of them it is their fault.
My favourite one is it's very, very simple. When you've got some expensive subs on stage with some nice tops above them, but a decent set of 15-inch or 18-inch subs aren't free.
No.
And then the band treat them as a table to put their half-spilled pints of beer on.
Fair point.
As far as I'm concerned, that's a capital offence. I'm entitled to shoot them. There's no option.
I've got a better idea.
It's the law.
I've got a better idea. You get a stash of sippy cups, As soon as they do that, nice bright pink ones. As soon as they do that, you get their beer, you put it in the sippy cup, and then you go, there you go. You're having that from now on.
I like your thinking there. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I was thinking what you said there about equipment, looking at it from the other side and the same side. I played a gig. I won't say the venue. It was up in London anyway. Just one of the last ones before the pandemic. And it wasn't the usual sound guy, but it wasn't their fault necessarily. And the vocal mic I was using, it was like dented, mesh, rusty, you know, near that.
I'm going to go back on
They
there.
have the COVID, and it's like, you know, but some done that to it, haven't they? It's not the sound guy who's made it.
It's a very interesting point you make there, because
through a song. There is some serious ranting going on in the back room here. I'm going to bring the guys on for you. Yeah, we were just talking about just general band and sort of venue crimes, shall we say? do you want to have a little sort of word about that, Nigel?
Yeah, this is an instant rant on it, because I do work as a sound engineer. It's when bands get up on stage and they're really happy and they've got all their beers with them, and then they put half a dozen pints or half-filled pints of glasses down on top of your subs. And each sub probably cost the best part of £1,000, and they put a load of beer on top of it, which they're then going to spill down the back of it.
Yeah,
and they wonder why I'm not entirely happy.
No, I'm with you.
Wonder why that you keep turning them down and down and down.
Well, I was working on the basis of I want a little adaptation to the mixer. So when you're normally sort of putting 48 volts phantom power or something onto a condenser mic for the singer, if I could put around 5,000 volts for him, that would work just perfectly.
Yeah.
Apparently, Alan and Heath mixers are not keen on the idea, but I'm working on it.
I think one of the great things about the pandemic, one of the many great things about the pandemic, is the fact that the singers, who are like myself, who tend to be the cheapskates of the band, now tend to have to at least buy their own microphone and bring it to gig.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that's a good thing. So
I think it's a very good thing, because they'll look after it then.
Yeah, I mean, the poor old guitarist, he has to bring his Fender Stratocaster and his Gibson Les Paul, neither of which he can play very well, but he has spent the money, so fair play to him. And then the singers...
So you seen me play, have you?
No, no. Nobody in this room. No, nobody in this room under any thing. But, yeah, no, you make a good point about the way that equipment is treated there, Nigel.
Yeah, because I was what I was started that off with saying was that I've got a thing I'm working on in the background, that one of the long-term aims is to have like a mini academy for new sound guys, even photographers and everything eventually, but basically and bands as to how to negotiate things.
Yes.
And I was something that I might need to have a word with Tiz about, because I think maybe an XRP academy would be an interesting venue. It'd be a lot of bloody work, but if we can thing behind it.
You come across a lot called Super Jam.
Right.
They've got a college in South London. They've got one in Brighton. They actually started in Tunny Wells. It's a charity set up for educating kids who've kind of fallen out of the normal educational system because they couldn't hack, I don't know, maths or Latin or something. And it uses music in its various forms as a kind of central theme, plus some of the basic GCSE stuff around it, to kind of get them motivated and back into education. It's an absolutely stunningly good business. They run a stage at the Black Deer Festival and so on. We'll be doing a fundraiser for them in Tunny Wells in about 3 weeks' time. Really, really good. And they're into educating people about exactly that sort of thing. You know, the tech as well as the music, the instruments, the recording, the media, PR, and so on.
Yeah, you have to put me in touch. We'll have a word about that at some point. Yeah.
So remember the name, people. Super Jam, SUPAJAM.
Wicked. All right, look, we're going to have another tune. You need to give me some Higgs to play in a minute, Nige. We're going to have some. We're going to have Psycho from BELG right about now. What do you want us to play?
How about fake news?
Fake news, the old fave.
That's sitting around somewhere on your system.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, you've had
There
What
it
Do I Know a lot because that's been up there for ages.
There we go. Yeah, I'll stick that. I'm going to do a Stella in the Loft next, and then you can introduce fake news for us.
Excellent.
Just update this so it looks a bit better. Oh, not eggs and the bosons. It's going to confuse the hell out of me. Eggs and the bosons would be on it. You should have some like. You got a name that probably lends itself quite well to a few little puns.
Yeah, my mate was saying if we do a Christmas track, it would have to be called Higgs in Blankets.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So apart from that, what's going on in real life?
Real life.
Okay.
Oh dear. Well, apart from getting old, that's not good.
Yeah, getting old is old now. It's done.
Well, you're right. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. It's probably better than the alternative.
Hmm.
No,
What's staying young? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Higgs
young
have
are
got a nice
bloody
little
annoying.
gig coming up. We're playing. We've not done before. Playing the Sussex Basement in Tunny Wells,
Oh, right.
which is and the Sussex is a nice pub, and they've got a little basement underneath which holds about 30 people.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
Therefore, if you have a noisy band on, and you have 2 people in there, to describe it as an intimate gig is an understatement.
Yeah.
Everyone will be
That's
sharing
fine.
sort of bodily fluids with everybody else up to a point.
What's that the big venue in Tunbridge Wells? The
Forum?
Yeah,
Forum.
that's it.
Yeah.
Have you played that?
Yeah, many times.
Is it good?
You know, the Forum is a converted public toilet.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure that it's what Muse meant when they said I have played in every toilet. In I think it's like Muscle Museum or something. I have played in every toilet.
It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Holds like 200, possibly if you're optimistic, maybe 300 people. They got some good engineers there, decent sound system, nice stage and lights, and it's a cracking place. Absolutely wonderful.
Brilliant. I was trying to get us on there as a support before the pandemic, but didn't get anywhere. But I might.
If you have a look on their website, there's a thing called the stable.
Yes.
The idea of the stable is to put on bands who haven't been there before, want to get an opportunity.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly the right kind of thing. Is it the same guy who runs them both?
It's the same group who run the Sussex and the Forum.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It's actually the same. Well, one of the guys is the same guy who runs the Music Venue Trust. Have you come across them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? No, I've not.
They were quite active in the middle part of the lockdown, weren't they?
Yeah, very. Yeah, so it's the Music Venue Trust, Music Venue Association, run by a guy called Mark. Get his name right, Mark David, I think. Can't pronounce the Welsh right, but I love him or hate him. God, he's active and he really gets some messages across where it matters.
Yeah.
I don't know what you. I mean, Andrew, from your side, I suppose it's different. But one of the. I keep talking about the good things about the pandemic, but it was quite nice, like huddling around the radio, you know, especially if there's a chat and on a Friday or Wednesday or whatever night it is, and listening to the music and like talking about it in a way that it's sort of reminiscent of like I'd imagine the Blitz or whatever, you know, and it's.
I felt you came out the other side of the pandemic one of two ways. You've either sat on your ass the whole time and had a nice relaxing time and all good for you, or you've taken advantage of that time and upskilled. Yeah, and that's what I tried to do out of it. I tried to upskill, and it swings around. I think I've done quite well out of it, but
good.
It's
I think it's also, it's like, with the working from home thing, if we extend that to radio, some stations have found that you can actually do a good show from home where they hadn't actually done that before. And that's quite nice, because I know presenters who bicycle down dark country lanes to get to a station to do a 9 o'clock show, and that's not a lot of fun, is it? So from the safety point of view, it's and comfort's nice.
Okay. Oh, I forgot this. How long this goes on for? Okay, that was Redcoat Rita. I haven't recorded it as well. It's me talking nonsense. That was Redcoat Rita from Stella and the Loft. Stella is basically the nicest person in Kentish music. I don't know if any of you guys have met her before, but she's just lovely. She's just this lovely old lady. I'm saying old. She's my age, probably slightly, maybe a little older, but she's just absolutely lovely. Right, Nigel, you were going to introduce some fake news for us. Bit of a Higgs and the Bosons classic.
Well, what can I say? I'd like to tell you something truthful about it, but obviously it would all be fake. But you don't have to listen to the politicians on the telly or read them in the papers too much to realise that everything is sound bites, everything is constructed.
Sorry, and, go again.
Hey, well, I was going to try and tell you something serious and truthful about fake news, but I mean, obviously it would just be fake. You'd have to listen to the radio too much, or watch telly too much, or read the newspapers too much to appreciate that politicians just talk and speak as sound bites the whole time. And it's all about PR, it's all about presentation, it's all about marketing. And frankly, it's all, basically, it's bollocks. And, Donald Trump is perhaps the epitome of that. So we wrote a song called Fake News. And really, it just says it all. Listen to the chorus. I think it's relatively clear. Over to you, Andrew.
It goes a little something like this. Talking about sound. So when I was at college, I actually played at the Forum as part of my college course. I was doing sound for a girl, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, called Mayuko. She is, I want to say, I can't remember, some small African country. She's like part of their royal family. But she recorded this album and it's breathtaking. It's like slightly trip hoppy, but very organic and jazzy. And she's got a gorgeous voice. And she came to college to learn music so that she could communicate with the musicians better. And like, I was sitting there going, no, don't go away, because you're going to ruin what you've got by too much knowledge. If you can produce what you produced without it, don't do it. But I'm doing sound for her, and she's got this amazing voice, and no matter what I did, it just sounded fucking awful. And she was just better with it all flat. I couldn't pick out her sound somehow. That was really infuriating.
So off at a tangent, I was listening to, I can't remember what the radio station was yesterday, and I tend, because I write the lyric, I tend to listen to the lyrics quite a lot, and sometimes they're a bit mundane, but then I realise, well, it's probably not my age, that it's aimed at. So that's, I think that's fair enough. Some of the stuff I listen to, but there was a guy singing a song, and he kept singing. The chorus was, "My ship has been derailed." And
right.
It was, "Ship has been derailed. My ship has been," and I was thinking, Christ,
what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you were to stretch logic, you could say, well, it was, going down the rails for its first launch, maiden voyage. But no, I'm sorry, it's like, your ship sank, mate, or your train derailed, but your ship definitely didn't derail.
There's a guy, I'm hoping he's going to come in tonight. He said he was going to. He's a rapper called Nifty OTM. I don't know if you've ever heard me playing. He's fantastic. He's got this song called Hard to Sleep, one of his first ones that he put out. Yeah. And there's the chorus. It's a bit where he says, "My ship has sailed." Mm-hmm. No, hang on. Now myself. Oh, I can't remember what it is, but it sounds like he's saying I soiled myself or I shat myself. It sounds like he's saying I shat myself, and it's not. It's something else. I can't remember. I'll have to put it on in a minute. I can't think. But I love There's some wonderful misheard lyrics like that.
Yeah.
I want to try and collate a load of XRP ones because I think there must be some great ones out there.
Well, back in before the days of the internet, we, as you know, we had to try and work it out for ourselves from the radio.
Yeah.
Then the music mags started printing the lyrics, but they were doing the same thing. So, that, as you say, there are a lot of famous misheard lyrics. None of them spring to mind at the moment, but I'm sure they will do.
Well, excuse me while I kiss this guy. I'm going to put Hard to Sleep on now. But yeah.
Time to rack up the next song.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to find something else. I've stuck that Nifty song on because I have to know what it is. I've forgotten. Have you guys heard of Sid Thomas? I can't remember how I came across him, but I came across him, and he's got this very weird sort of. It's kind of lift music-y. It's kind of that sort of jazz, but it's also got this really weird quirk about it. And he ended up calling his album Lift Music after I told him that's what it sounded like, a bit like. But,
have you ever heard Tom Parker before he started stylizing his voice? He never used to go. It's really odd. For some reason, he just worked for him as well. So patent, but he never used to go like that.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have a small problem. I need to go and squeeze another tea bag into my glass.
Okay. Okay, we'll
forgive you.
I won't be long.
Yeah.
But I may disappear and look very small on the screen.
There you go. Look at that. Look, he's
trick. Small. It's like Blackadder, isn't it? These are small. Those are far away.
Yeah. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's left the studio.
He obviously doesn't know the right way is to keep the bottle there.
That looks like a rehearsal studio, doesn't it? Length of that. Blimey.
Don't. I've got a lovely big summer house here, and it is probably more than 3/4 full of stuff, and I'm cramped into a little corner now.
Oh,
it's junk that we need to sort out. I'm gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
I've got to. Sorry, I want to listen to this. Yeah. I can't contain no more. I've tried and failed. Tried to be the nicest, but I shit myself. But my ship has sailed. Oh, I can't unhear it. I could never unhear it now. I'm sure he'll take it well, but there's a slight part of me that wakes and we worry that say, "Hey, guess what?
Be afraid."
Are the Crimson
very afraid?
Are the Crimson Medici in tonight? You know,
I don't know. I haven't heard back from. I don't think I heard back from them. No, we're going back on in a sec. You are listening, of course, to XRP Radio, the home of the unsigned independent musician. And we are here doing our annual fundraiser. This is the Surfathon to help us pay for our servers. I'm going to be honest and normal now. I'm not going to give you any of that shit about, the money that you made from selling arms to ISIS or anything like that. But yeah, it's just to pay for things like servers and marketing costs and this and that and the other. And we are here to support you, and that's all we ever want to do. But if we can try and break a little bit even, that's great. I think we're pretty close to our target now. I think we're within sort of 50, 60 quid of our target. So,
oh, that's good.
yeah, so it wouldn't take more than a few people to dig in for their fivers and tenors. That'd be absolutely wonderful. It's xrpradio.co.uk/donate if you want to take part of that. And if you'd just like to enjoy the awesomeness of the people that are joining me and the music that we're playing, and just enjoy taking the piss out of the complete idiot that I tend to make of myself, that's probably where we should go. So guys, we've still got Chris from Some Pinned Leaves and Nigel from Higgs and the Bosons. I think these are the people that want to get to bed by 10 o'clock. We'll have some rowdier people in later, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
have you guys got anything that any Kent stuff that you'd like to hear now that you've sort of not of your own?
Nigel, have you got something?
Oh, I would love to hear some old standard lamps if you've got any, but
I don't know.
let me have a scratch of my head and think.
I would like to hear if you've got some Clusters of Eyes.
Oh yes. I very nearly put on something actually before. What about Transformation? This is Transformation.
Yeah.
Let's stick with that.
Troy doesn't.
Also, anything by the lovely Ed of Motor.
We had LOVE on earlier, but that was like a filler in while I was sorting out technical issues. Anyway, this is Clusters of Eyes. I'll find some Motor Radar in the meantime. Right. That was a fairly serious sounding one, but when I say serious, I mean it wasn't completely ridiculous. I think it might have been Black Char.
This is progress. This is transformation. Love it.
They remind me of Death in Vegas, these guys. I don't know if you're...
Yeah, they're good. They supported what's that band that Steve Davis is in?
Sorry, the band who?
That Steve Davis, the old snooker player's in.
I didn't know anything about that.
It's
not allowed to be interesting. That's stupid.
Yeah, they supported Clusters of Eyes supported them at the Lighthouse about a couple of weeks ago. And it's funny because I was walking past the Lighthouse just before the sound check, and Steve Davis walked past me, and incredibly he didn't recognise me.
That's rude. That's rude.
Yeah.
The man's an idiot, clearly.
Well, I won't be signing anything for him. Let me tell you that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just texting up to because I get dry very quickly and I forgot to bring water down. See if anyone's going to actually brave the garden.
No cold tea?
No. I've never liked whiskey. Although, what's it called? Whiskey and ginger ale is quite nice.
Mm.
Can't think what that's called now.
Jaunty little mix, I guess.
Or Scotch and dry, normally, isn't it?
Yeah. Canada Dry.
That's good.
What's your favourite whiskey, Nigel?
Oh, I'm a sucker for anything from Islay, the really peaty ones.
Oh yeah. Like your. Do you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, Islay, Lafroig, Lagavulin, those sorts of ones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you mostly need to sell a child to acquire any.
I've tried that, and they just keep getting sent back.
I bought a bottle.
Yeah.
Have you heard of an Irish one called? There's a green label and a yellow label, and I forget who the bloody distiller is now. But Philip, my son, I've got him a bottle. I think it was about 70 quid. I took it out to thing for his birthday thing, and he was explaining to me that when originally when it was made, the people making it couldn't read, and that's why he had yellow label and green label, because true. But so you're right. Yeah, I mean I can't afford the top end regular, but having a single, and going up the thing sometimes.
Sometimes you've got to treat yourself.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah, it's the same with wine. I mean, most of the time, I'll drink a £8 New Zealand Sauvignon, but every now and again you want to get yourself a bottle of Cloudy Bay or what.
Talking my language, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're not this planet, as we all know, we're not on this planet forever. So if there's something that you want to, enjoy and it doesn't hurt other people, then.
Bugger. That means I need to stop doing the music. I might enjoy it, but.
Yeah, well, we all have to. Everyone loves us, don't we? Well, no.
Oh. Joe, I've so stunned by the music that I've discovered since I started doing this. Although it really has fallen by the wayside, and I've noticed. I don't know. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I picked up you, Higgs, Higgs and the Bosons, probably through doing Spotify playlists.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a regular-ish monthly playlist, no big numbers or anything, but off the back of that, I was getting lots of people onto here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably how it went with Higgs and the Bosons, but I can't remember. Were you, Chris? Were you part of XRP? Like, were you uploading to it before I was part of it?
Oh, you're asking me to remember.
2.5 years.
You're asking me to remember.
This is about something that's happened in the past.
Yeah, I think I was only involved with XRP in the year leading up to the pandemic, so it's probably about 2019.
Yeah, I think I started November 2018.
Yeah, I think you were here before me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing your show.
Yeah.
I
think because I started out not like just pushing people there, not being part of it, and Tiz kept on nagging me to do a show. I'm like, oh my God, I can't carry a show.
Yeah.
When I don't feel like I can carry a show, I just play music and shut up. And there are days when you're just too bloody tired for it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose rotation has its benefits.
Yeah.
There's a very old joke about that, which is where prog rock came from. The 9-minute, 10-minute album track. It gave the DJ time to go out, have a piss, pour a fresh pint, and come back in again.
There's a friend of mine who he does a 2-hour show on a Friday night, and he quite often, after the news, which is in at the 10 o'clock slot, there's quite often something like Bohemian Rhapsody or Free Bird is the first track, and I think you've gone for a piss, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not? Deserve it. Bloody deserve it.
Yes, I'm so annoyed that they won't upload any music. There's a Canterbury band called Lapis Lazuli, who are like prog jazz, I suppose. They're very unique. They're a bit Captain Beefhearty, I think.
Yeah,
that's that sort of thing. And they've got like 19, 20-minute tracks. I'm like, I could cook a quick meal.
Go out for a meal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, the service round here, you couldn't even manage that in a McDonald's.
I remember.
Fair.
I remember buying Young Americans album by David Bowie back in 70.
Beast of an album, that.
And it's my two favourites are Young Americans. Of the two favourite Bowie albums are Young Americans, and it had 8 tracks on it. And I thought, he's come down from, the 12 on Diamond Dogs or whatever. And then I bought the next one I bought, which is my other favourite one of his, Station to Station, 6 tracks.
I cannot listen to any Bowie without having to put the whole album on. I love Station to Station so much.
You need to Tony Wells, the 7th of January, the Bowie night at the Forum.
Oh,
right. Oh, cool.
Dozens of local musicians all doing a track of their choice, with a house band backing stuff up and so on. The only bad news is I think it's probably sold out now.
Yeah.
I
know the Lighthouse for Halloween, they did a Joy Division with, it's basically vocalist. When I say guest vocalist, it was like, if you wanted to do a song, let them know in advance, they try you out, and house band type thing. I wasn't there, but it sounded like a great night. I wish I'd gone actually, because they didn't do the one track they didn't do was Atmosphere, and that's my favourite track. So I'd probably be. People like you.
Cool. So they're one of those bands I've never really got into. Obviously, know some of the obvious ones. But...
They're not. Well, I'm like you, Andrew. They're not top of my. I haven't got them on rotation, but there are a couple of standout. Love Will Tear Us Apart, Atmosphere, a couple of others. I mean, the Cure. I know the singles. I don't know any of the album tracks.
Actually, there's some good album tracks in there. I did start going through them. I'm going to have to bring us back in about 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some good album tracks there. But Forest. I can't, again, as soon as I hear the Cure, I have to listen to The Forest. It has to be the full version. Can't be no single edit shit. Awesome. Motor Raider there with Black Jar. Right. I was hoping for some chaos by now. I'm going to have to just go around and kick up some stones and get some more people in. But... we don't need the chaos. We can just sit back with a nice whiskey, can't we?
That was a nice old mug of cocoa, like you, me, Nigel.
How much trouble do you want us to cause?
As much as humanly possible. But what I might do is I take a leaf out of I don't listen to it so much now, but Richard Herring's Leicester Square podcast. I don't know if you remember Richard Herring from back in the day. He was a comedian with Stuart Lee. And he's still this interview show, and he has these emergency questions, and they're things like, one of the favourite old ones was, would you rather have a hand made out of ham or a tit that dispenses sun cream? So I've got a few of those, and I've nicked one which I will always use because this is my absolute favourite of his emergency questions. Is, which celebrity would you like to have stroke your hair as you die?
Stuart Lee.
That would really upset Richard Herring if you said it was Stuart Lee.
Stuart Lee, the night of lockdown was announced by Boris, right? Part of my 60th birthday treat year, 2020, was going to see Stuart Lee because I sing quite regularly, various gigs, and he was playing the Marlowe. And Boris announced it, and I said to him, "Let's pretend that we left the house half an hour early. We didn't hear it." And what happens? And we went to the Marlowe, and they did actually go ahead with the show. And there was about a third. So everyone had a seat between them because they just moved about. And he came on and he was saying, "I can't believe that in the middle of a global disaster, you people have come to see me, and I'm absolutely blown away and touched by it. But don't ever do it again."
Yeah. He's quite an acquired taste, isn't he, as a stand-up? You have to really work into him.
Well, don't. Some people don't like him, but he's so. Yeah.
There was a nice. I'll have to find it. There was a nice long rant that I found of his about sort of isms, racism, and sexism and stuff like that. About how, and because he's quite a studied man, isn't he? So he goes through all the history of how things have been and how we've arrived here, and like how basically at each stage, we were the isms, we were the ones that people were racist against or whatever, and then we took over, and then the next and things like that. Yeah, it's very clever stuff. Right, should we have some more music? I can't talk bullshit forever. My mouth is getting dry. I'm going to put on some Grapefruit. This is Soak. The only bad thing I've found about doing this is that you discover great bands and you're like, and they break up and you're like, no one's ever going to hear this. No one outside of a few little bubbles is ever going to hear this. And Grapefruit are one of them. It's just, I'm just gutted that they break up.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So much goes by the wayside. It's just talent isn't enough. Talent and hard work isn't enough. It's still, there's some nouts in there. And, the ability to get on.
And a good slice of luck.
Yeah.
You can work your arse off, but somewhere along the line, you've got to be the right people in the right place at the right time. So you get picked up and something happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is obviously the problem for Higgs. Massively talented band, hugely good looking. Babe Magnet, all of us. We just haven't quite managed to be in the right place at the right time.
I've got to admit, I'm surprised you can actually speak on any sort of computer, because I would have thought your sexual magnetism would have destroyed the hard drive.
Are you aware that our singer is Swedish?
Whoa.
Yes, that rings a bell again.
Serious babe magnet. Because he talks in, he's got that, he speaks English better than I do, but he's got that little accent. And wonderful.
Yeah, they all do. That's another thing that pisses me off. It's like there's talent, and then there's foreign people that can speak English better than I can. People for whom it's their second language are not allowed.
Yeah, a good bit of a generalisation. They're a good crowd, the Swedes. My best friend outside of music, Dave Stone, married a Swedish woman called Johanna, and I think they've lived out there for about the last 20 years, and been out a few times. And they're very cool people.
Mm.
Have you been to what's it called? Midsummer? Because that's their big festival, isn't it? The Swedes, the Midsummer's Day, like bigger than Christmas for them.
I've been to Stockholm as a kind of tourist, but not for music.
Right.
Loss, I suspect.
Yeah, it's just it's like their big thing. The longest day and all getting together and dancing around maypoles and stuff. And
actually, the place I'd love to go back to is Iceland.
I've never been there.
I went there. I've been there twice, but the main time I went there was in 1984.
Yeah,
and just stunning place, absolutely stunning.
Lo
and behold, a volcano went off for us.
Whoa.
Oh wow! It wasn't visitors, was it?
Krafla erupted, and there was no one to tell you where to go. There were no police lines, no tape. You could just drive up as close as you fancied getting to the bloody thing.
Amazing. The next I've been to that is Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Which is, amazing. But I would love to go to Iceland and see that. I wonder if Fred Olsen goes, because he's probably goes from Dover, isn't he?
But they're quite into their music up there. We ought to try and, could we do an XRP tour of Iceland?
No.
That would put back European relations, by about 30 years, but we worth a try.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Oh, just noticed we've been joined. It doesn't seem to play a noise when we get people in. Hello. How long have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
about 5 minutes. I was just listening to Iceland volcano chat. So not massively long, no.
It doesn't seem to make a ding or anything for me to let me know that you're there.
I had just this second noticed the chat window. I should have started typing stuff. I can see you.
I can see you. You can't see me. Just trying to find out if I'm supposed to be doing any.
The important thing is, do you have whiskey with you?
No, just Coke today. I hit it a bit too hard last night, so
no whiskey, just the cocaine.
I'm behaving myself, yeah.
You're by yourself. Most of the rest of us aren't behaving, but
yeah.
No, I'm behaving. I've been given a tea despite the fact that I asked for water, but that's fine.
What, real
good stuff?
No. The hot stuff you put milk in.
Yeah.
Not the real tea. Not the whiskey tea.
Andrew's drinking a tea. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those teas.
I've just had so much tea lately. Oh.
Did you know that in the place where they make Jack Daniels in Lynchburg, it's in a dry county, so you can't actually drink it.
Oh, haven't they got a shop just over the border so they can actually sell you the whiskey? But you have to take like a trolley bus up the road,
Yeah,
before you can something like that. I've not been there, but my granddad told me about it. He bent my ear about it for about an hour once.
we went in the town Lynchburg, and you could buy every Jack Daniels, Jack Daniels pants, Jack Daniels tampons, whatever. But could you buy the whiskey there? No, but you can buy it from the distillery, obviously.
I can't remember who it was, but sorry to interrupt. But you say about buying all this tampon stuff. My missus said to me earlier, she's genuinely said the words, "There's a town called Vulva," but I swear that she actually, what I heard was, "There's a tampon vulva called Vulva." That's the worst idea.
Well, I live just down the road from Thong. That's not far from here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, the Swedes have some funny names for sweets. Like there's one called Plop.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
There's one called Dick, I think, and there's a few others. But
there's an Upper Dicker somewhere like Surrey, isn't there? Upper and Lower Dicker.
Is there?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Mind you,
Surrey or Sussex or something. Or we're going to go
on
in about 20 seconds. Nope. That's all right. Let me. My mouse doesn't want to move. It's been...
Okay. Spike, you all right?
Yeah, all good. How's you?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Well, here we are again. We've got some new talent. Should we say talent? Do you want us to say talents, Rob?
I mean, you can say what you like. It doesn't make it true, but
some new talent in the gene pool here. We've got Spike Direction from Spike Direction and Spike Direction, then Spike Direction, and the Garage of Dreams. How's it going?
Yeah, good. It's been a wild weekend all round, hasn't it?
It has been a bit. I myself kind of 5 a.m. till 10 a.m. Well, that was supposed to be a 1 till 5. I got screwed.
Yeah.
And after this, Juniper's on for 2 hours, and then I'm back on for 2 hours.
Wow.
Jeez. I'm glad I just had my one long one on the Friday, but and it wasn't even as long as I thought it was going to be because Boom Smack. Well, I see that his show's scheduled for start at 1, and I was like, oh wait, I had stuff planned for 1 till 2. Oh bugger! I just had to reschedule it on the fly, but that was all right.
I worry about Spiz because he's got a moat round his house, isn't he? Is he going to find a bridge?
He's going to fall in it, yeah. He'll be found floating in it sometime tomorrow, yeah.
And that'll be after a week of drunks pissing in it, presumably.
Yeah, absolutely. By which you mean Tiz.
Yeah.
Anyone that he has round.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, what's been going down anything going down in Spike Direction Effect Land lately?
Well, we just did what's probably our last gig of this year last night. We got on at the Nag's Head in Rochester, which is not a purpose-built music venue, but it's kind of one of the flagship venues in Medway, kind of by default these days. It's like there or Poco Loco. The other place we used to play all the time is closing down at the end of the year. I just found out.
Oh, where's that?
Which is the Billabong Club in Rochester, which is part of the Royal Function Rooms. It's like an old hotel. It's like a former music hall or something, Victorian. It's got the second oldest stage in the country. But yeah, the people who run it, they can't afford to keep running it, It's the same old story.
This is what I'm sorry to butt in here, but one of my big worries is this is what's going to happen to the Margate Winter Gardens. Lovely old venue. I saw 10cc there, or what's left of 10cc. It's 2.5cc really, but times during the pandemic, and they've shut for repairs in theory, but I don't think they've got the money to repair it. And I've got this horrible feeling that unless Pete Doherty and
that'll be it, yeah,
bail it out, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Beautiful music venue gone. I mean, you've got what's it up the other end of Margate? Oh, Dreamland. But that's not an air.
Yeah.
Totally different. Yeah. Totally different venue. Nothing wrong with it, but it's.
We've got a fairly new one in Ashford that's pretty good. It's the Coachworks. I don't know if you've heard of or played there.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with that place. It's a bit of a warehouse, but I've had a lot of good stuff there.
I think Sam Griffin. She's involved in that, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Going back to 10cc, I'm sure this is a bit of trivia that you all know, but do you know where they got their name from?
I do.
There.
Yeah. Sadly, I do.
Yeah. I thought we could just all say yes and then leave the audience to Google it and find out for themselves. But you ruined that, didn't you, Nigel?
Yeah. No, I didn't give the full details.
Oh, you didn't give the full. I know. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I think Jonathan King came up with the name, didn't he?
Did he?
If you remember him.
Yeah, I remember Jonathan. He was.
I thought he might.
A dodge, wasn't he, in the end?
Mate, of Gary Glitters, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think, or a U-Tree job, something like that.
Another one.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to put some Hunger Mouth on because that's what I do. This is peanut butter.
Ooh.
Got to remember to turn the drums off first. There we go. I think I just played my bed all the way through the past 2 or 3 tracks.
Actually, going back to 10cc, I was a bit disparaging saying it's 2.5cc because a lot of the guys that were in the band joined quite soon after Godley and Creme went do their thing, so they've been in the band longer than Godley and Creme.
Yeah.
And they're great musicians, and I'd go and see them again in a heartbeat. You know how Graham Gouldman keeps going is amazing. Amazing, terrific bassist.
Yeah, there's still some hangers on. You see the Eagles playing occasionally, don't you? Although I heard something weird about them as well. I heard that they tried to sue some Eagle charity for nicking their name or something weird. I don't know how much of that is a problem.
Surely not.
I'll go and see a covers band, a band that does a tribute band that does the Eagles. It's not the Illegal Eagles, it's the other one, main one, and they're brilliant. And I was thinking about seeing the original Eagles, but then I thought without Glenn Frey, I might as well go and see a tribute band because he's so important. To the band, him and Don Henley particularly. I thought, I might as well carry on seeing the tribute. It's slightly cheaper, and they're very, very good musicians. I went to saw on Friday. I went to Gillingham football, the Great Hall in Gillingham, and saw. They're called Clearwater Creedence Revival.
Yeah,
they're really good.
Quite good in there, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's a lovely venue. Lovely.
Nice. I'm really pleased I started putting stuff like that on in there. It's a good use for it.
Yeah.
It's Ned's Atomic Dustbin are on there at some point.
Really?
Yeah. I might go to that one.
Well, a lot of the football grounds have got, as you know, corporate type venues. I mean, I've been going on and off to Under the Bridge, which is at Stamford Bridge. And I've seen some really nice, really good gigs there. Nice artists. Saw before she died. Oh, what the country singer? Oh,
Tammy Wynette?
No, country folk. Nancy Griffiths.
Oh yeah.
And I was still a smoker at that time, and she'd got her arm in a cast, and I lit a cigarette, which was a great moment. And then, like a dickhead, I said, "Can I have your autograph?" Looked at me. She could have learned to write.
She should have been asking for yours.
I was going to say, you should have autographed her card.
The card, yeah.
This keeps happening, Spike, and I'm pissed off with it. It's like
these people don't know they're seeing, do they? They just don't know. They don't know. It's not their fault.
They just don't know the music that's on their doorstep.
I mean, I walk past people in the street. Oh, word! I'm this big time celebrity in a hooded blanket.
Yeah.
I thought I got recognised the other day. I had I was at the Electric Brixton to watch Zeal and Ardor. I don't know if you know them.
Right.
They're a mixture of black metal and sort of really old blues, Chain Gang songs of but over black metal riffs. They're brilliant. But the fella just turned to me and went, Spike Direction. And that's not my real name, obviously. So I was like, what? Someone's recognized me by my persona. I've arrived. It was a fella. I played with his band at New Cross, like in the summer, but he was all in his black metal gear, whereas before he was like dressed up like a psychedelic kind of 60s guy. He was like, it's Llewellyn, and his name's Llewellyn. His band's called Llewellyn the Great. How good is that? But I was like, oh hey, you know. But I honestly, for a split second, I was like, this is it. I've arrived.
How many times have you thought have you misheard someone and you thought they said Spike Direction, but actually said something like that, Mike's Direction or something?
Never, ever. It's too weird for that. But
somebody thought I was in the Glitter Band once.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to take that very well.
I was, but
yeah.
Sorry, I'm all serious about pressing the play button at the right time. Try so hard to make good transitions and it never works. Oh,
it's quite funny when I can't actually hear what records are being played. I said record.
It's weird, isn't it?
What music's been played? Yeah.
Play records.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got to bring an old box down here.
Sometimes I play cassettes on my show sometimes, guys.
Yeah, you need to cheat. I'm doing this chatty thing on the phone.
Yeah.
And on the laptop, I've still got the an ordinary live stream.
Oh, that'd weird me out though, because it'd be out of sync, wouldn't it?
It's well out of sync. It is very weird, but I can't
just watch the video on the chat. It's really like at the moment I'm just looking over to the side, not even speaking.
Oh, cassettes. Those are the days.
Then suddenly that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm all about that. We put our album out on cassette.
Yeah.
And nothing else. I think, well, one of the raffle prize that we're giving, I need to send it to Tiz actually, once I track it down. But our donation to the raffle was the only CD copy of our album, because somebody made one it was like a mock-up to try and persuade me to do CDs. And I was like, no, it's a waste of time. Just sell the tapes.
Do mini disc.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a weird format to do for the next one. Like there's a label, the Lavender Postcard or something they're called, or something like that. But they do weird formats, like they do 1-inch lathe cut records, and they do the mini like dictaphone tapes, the answering machine ones, the little half-size ones, or mini disc, and they put songs out on floppy disk, all sorts. They're nuts.
Here's a question for all of you then. If you watch I'm a Celebrity, you'll know it, and be very sad. What year was the Sony Walkman invented?
Oh, I reckon that was 82.
Oh, come on. I think it's going to be way earlier than you think. It's going to be like 69 or something.
77, 78.
82.
I didn't know this. I've seen it somewhere.
82, 79.
69. 1969. That's my guess.
69. You're going 82. Yeah. What are you going, Nigel?
I'm going for 77, 78, about there.
Okay. Well, Nigel gets the prize. It was actually 79. And that was the year they settled on the name Sony Walkman, because it was going to have another name. But it wasn't released until 80.
Was it the same, but one letter was different? Was it the Sony Wankman?
Like the Walkmaster, like that. And I thought it was 82, because I thought it was Cliff. It came out the same year as Cliff Richard's Wired for Sound. But no, it was 79 the name, and 80 you could buy them. Probably for about 200 quid or something. But
yeah, probably.
Okay, we're coming back on in a few seconds. So, what happened there?
On the button.
I think I must have heard one of you playing it. Okay. So we're talking about media, different forms of media. Spike, what's your belovedness? Where's your belovedness of cassettes come from?
I'll tell you exactly where it comes from, because it's the same place that all of my musical identity comes from. Comes to the fact I've got no money, right? So I used to be big into vinyl when I could go to the record shop and there was a big bin with all the vinyl in because I didn't want it. And it was like you could get good stuff for a couple of quid. And at the same time, I was at Hospital Radio and they had a huge wall of the vinyl that they'd been collecting since the 60s that they never played and no one wanted. And I just helped myself to some of it. Because it was like they had all the Iron Maiden singles up to From Here to Eternity, and they never played them, and no one looked at them and didn't want them, and I took them, and no one ever noticed. But then now vinyl is hip and expensive now, so we move on to cassettes because they are very cheap to make and sell and acquire.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, your audiophiles give me a hard time about the lesser quality, and I'm like, you know what? The average listener doesn't even know the difference.
No,
and if you're you know, unless you're willing to, like, the best record player I can afford sounds exactly as good as the best cassette player that I can afford, because that is a much better quality than the record player I can get. So it all kind of balances out, and they're just, you know, retro and cool.
Do you know what though? The last 3 years being undercover for the record industry has been worth it. I've now caught you. You are mine. Spike Direction. It's been worth it all this time. Yeah. So, have you guys got any sort of preferred media involved? Are you vinyl heads or?
Well, with the punk band that I was in, original '77 punk band Nothing. When we reformed in 2016, Neil produced an album called Crowd Control for us, and we did that on vinyl, released it on vinyl and CD, and they're quite hard to shift if you order quite a large amount and you're not a big thing.
It's so expensive these days. They really are.
Gatefold sleeve, lyric sheet, blah blah blah. No expense spared. Lovely job. But when we came to doing Sunpin Leaves, we said, look, you know, are we really going to shift the vinyl copies? Because the artwork, we always get nice artwork done. I'm sure everybody thinks that. But you know, we went, right, we'll do online and CD, and so that's what we've done. And there's no doubt, you know, a friend of mine did the artwork for the latest album, and it's beautiful, and I'd love to have that, you know, blown up to album size, but can't justify getting an album pressed. So CD and online is our preferred format.
You could include a poster with the CD.
Here's a tangential thought for you.
Yeah.
Someone suggested to me, which I'll come back to in a sec, last night. You said doing a poster. What has anyone got any really off the wall merchandise ideas? Because I think that might be the way forward now. Because as you say, the physical music is quite hard to shift now. Because you know, as you say, I had the smallest run of tapes you could possibly get from this firm, and I've still got a bag full of them.
Sure.
And I shifted quite a few. But what merch are you going to do?
The only way we find works for I mean, we did, you know, small run CD batches for REBs, but you're right. I mean, we basically give them away with T-shirts. People will buy the T-shirt, because that's actually got, I don't know why, but it's got kind of sort of value. Keeps them warm in winter or something.
You can't. There's no digital equivalent. You can't get the T-shirt on Spotify.
You can't download it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, buy the T-shirt and you get a free CD with it.
My friend said to me last night, after we finished our show, he said, because we've got a song called "Old Man Slippers," and it's like we got an instrumental one we start with, which is like the sound check, and then we go straight into "Old Man Slippers." Just a bluesy shuffle thing with a break in the middle where I just go, "Hello, we are the Spike Direction Effect. This is our song. Fucking dance." And then we, you know, and then we go back into it. And it tends to be the moment I put like most people who put up a little video of us, if they've been there, they put it on their story or whatever. They do that one because that's the song where they go, "Oh, they're actually quite good," and start paying attention. But somebody said to me, we should do Spike Direction Effect branded slippers.
Yeah, man.
So then when I say raise your slippers high, they can raise their slippers. So like I'm gonna have to look into how to. I need to look into if I can get some embroidered with our name. That I'm going to continue this. I'm going to
continue this after we play some songs. I'm going to what's the word? I'm going to basically force our listeners to listen to 6 minutes and 6 seconds of free jazz, which I know they're going to hate, but I fucking love, so I don't care. This is Jules Hay.
Go for it.
Oh, it's just phenomenal. I mean, that's a clue as to what we should be doing.
I can't see what that is. What is it?
Can you not? It's a pair of pants. This is a pair of pants with a
green screening out.
Oh,
all right.
Mobile phone.
Just swipe your way through AliExpress. There's some amazing shit on there at the moment. I just swipe my way through AliExpress when I'm bored now because it's fascinating. They got like Jesus bedding and stuff.
Yes.
And it's like Jesus as Keanu Reeves as Jesus is one of them.
Box, like you said, Andrew. I mean, maybe how about anal beads? Yeah, something beads. You can
bumping beads.
Oh dear.
Beads.
You'll attract a particular clientele with that, anyway.
I think there was a window for face masks.
Oh yeah, that's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone now, but people do still wear them. And if you're big in China, you'll be just good quids in.
That's true.
But
well, if you're big in China, full branded riot gear, I think. But
I think yes, there's definitely a case for brainstorming different ways of squeezing money out of people.
Yes.
Trouble is, everyone wants it for nothing, and it used to be greed. after how many ever years of government, it's like
I think the trick is everyone kind of expects their music for free off Spotify or Bandcamp or whatever. Therefore, if you're going to try and sell something, it's got to be something physical which you can't get virtually, which is why t-shirts, slippers, anal beads, etc. actually are the way forward.
Well, you know those things we came up with. That's a hell of an outfit.
You just rock up to your gig just wearing that.
This is probably why this is best on radio only, isn't it?
Yeah. You can imagine you've not got a set list. You're just gonna send a series of buzzes to the beads to tell each other what song's next.
Next on the set list,
someone just goes bzz, 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 bzz.
Oh, no.
Or next
I've broken a string, SOS. Broken my G string.
God.
God.
Well, if this hasn't raised the money yet, I don't know what.
Should we have a look?
Do you think people will people pay to shut us up or something? Do you reckon?
Well,
we could do that.
Is that going to raise some more money?
Every 10 donations, just like boots one of us off. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Doyley wants some slippers.
Non-entity, get me out of here.
Yeah. I could do with some new ones actually, so that's good. Yeah. I'm going to look into it. It's got to be one of them drop shippers that'll do it for you, I'm sure. If I get it sorted now, it'll be I can do Christmas orders then, and that'll be brilliant.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Actually, I'm looking at the chat line. You've got an order for slippers already.
Yeah,
super.
I like it.
I haven't got that. I'm on the phone, so I haven't got that open.
Yeah, no, James Doyle again. He also said 3D painted bobbleheads, which I like the idea of.
Oh my God! Like the one you can do that where you take a 3D scan of your head, can't you? And
yeah. And what about like
print it, and
masks of your face? Just masks of your face
Ooh.
for Halloween.
yeah,
That
but
would be
just
scary.
a bit of paper with cut and keep pushing out the eyes. Yeah, I'm going to do all of this because I've got a very distinctive face.
You realise we're all on royalties for this.
Yeah,
You could,
I'm gonna-
you could just buy. You could just buy white T-shirts and get a marker pen and just write, "I have got a very distinctive face" on it. Have you seen House of Games?
yeah.
Like a panel show. You know the way they do their
Yeah.
pictures with the. You could just do that with
Yeah,
your hair
see-
and moustache and your glasses.
It would be great. It works, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Excellent.
that could be the cover of my next album. I've won in the raffle. Someone's going to do me some like art. I forget what the fella's
awesome.
name is, but I won a free design. So I'm like, ooh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I've got
We're
an
thinking
album
about
as
another
well.
album.
yeah, that's a
I've got to
great.
announce 2 winners as well. Mr. Doyle is one of them. I have been informed. Yes.
Mm.
You guys come across a band called Stanley D,
No,
Not I.
which is an anagram of Steely Dan, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they are. They're a Steely Dan covers band. I
Ah.
came across them on Twatface, but they sound like they're quite good, and they sad secret admission not to be repeated. But I'm quite fond of Steely Dan.
they're a bloody great band that I've come.
Oh
to
no,
think.
I like Steely Dan.
Yeah, but I
I
wonder.
can probably only remember Ricky Don't Lose That Number well.
But I wonder how many people
Are you
go.
reading in the years?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the one.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing away the time.
and
It's
so
beautiful.
why didn't they play All Around My Hat?
I saw what's left of them a couple of years ago.
Steely Dan or Steely Span?
Just Becker and Fagan, but they were awfully good. With
Right.
you know, I suppose about a dozen extraordinarily talented session players with them.
They are
Mm.
brilliant. Yeah, no,
They were.
bloody hell. Haitian Divorce was.
But anyway, enough of my perversions. It was.
No,
It was
I appreciate Fleetwood Mac as I've got older. You know, back in the day, they were there.
did you know? Not a lot of people know this.
Mhm.
Higgs play a Fleetwood Mac track live.
Right.
Obviously, we couldn't record it because that wouldn't be proper. It's not one of their better known ones.
Right.
Of course, someone's going to get their head kicked in tonight.
That's,
Oh yeah, I know it.
I kid you not, it is a real Fleetwood Mac track.
Do you know what? I know the track, I know the title, but I didn't know it was them.
Yep.
Is that a Peter Green one,
Oh, couldn't put.
or is it later?
Couldn't put a vintage
Let's have
on it. It's old. It's
Did the-
old.
Yeah,
That's the Fleetwood era that I'm into, obviously. But you know,
Did the title originally have the word bloody in it?
Sorry, missed that.
Was it originally called Someone's Gonna Get Their Bloody Head Kicked In Tonight?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because I was just thinking earlier, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I went to a campsite, my caravan site, my family in Falmouth in 1970, probably 1972, 3, and there was a jukebox, and I had a look on it, and it had that song on it. And I thought, bloody hell, I've got to play that. That's incredible that you've come up with that actual song that I was thinking of earlier. That's just unbelievable.
I just looked it up.
I'm guessing somebody's just listening to us chatting instead of listening to the station. They said the Rosillos did a cover of that. I don't know who the Rosillos are.
Oh, did they? Yeah, yeah, they're a punk band.
All right.
Rosillo's great.
Vaguely, yeah, yeah, they're still going as well. My drummer went to see them not long ago.
Ah, cool. Cool.
Yeah, a bit of not a million miles away from, I don't know, B-52s maybe.
Oh yeah.
Sort of in that zone, aren't they?
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, on this TRTM.
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you on the old hoodie blankets shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We look like
Yeah.
Jawas.
There's only
Yeah,
one
I'm
problem
out in my
with,
shed, so it's fucking freezing.
In all honesty, it's just because my hair's a mess.
I'm losing mine, so I can't really speak.
what's hair?
I don't quite have that problem. It's just a mess.
You were
Sorry,
saying,
to get my-
I don't know if have
got
you
a big blanket here. I've had to.
have you heard this before about hard to sleep? You know the bit where you say the ship has sailed?
Yeah.
I started to hear that as I shat myself, and I can't unhear it. You listen back to it, mate. It's fucking hilarious. You'll never be able to unhear that now.
I mustn't say that was never intended to seclude to that, but you know, memories, right? Memories.
Yeah,
If I can create
anyway?
memories, I'm a musician. I've done it.
Yeah, man.
I've made it.
How you doing anyway? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I got some spice rum and cola here.
That's
I
the
was gonna say
stuff.
it looks like Baby Bio to me.
That is a lot of that as well.
Yeah, I kind of accidentally poured half a bottle of the spice rum in it. Then I was like, "Oh shit! I should probably fill that
You
up."
do surprise me.
It surprised me too. Yeah.
How's things going?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, sorry, my cat seems to want to intervene.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's not been going too bad. I've not been doing a lot as such, but I have got 2 songs that I'm working on, but they're a bit more, how should we say, like Linkin Park style, because I've got a wicked vocalist who's also a wicked producer, who's also a wicked guitarist and vocalist. I don't know which one of those I already said already. But
right.
he's got it all
it, mate.
good. And I'm a drummer, so any gaps get filled.
Yeah, we're coming back online, so we can go out to the people.
Yeah.
Okay, that was High Garden with Entry. You're listening to XRP Radio. We've been joined also now by Nifty OTM. So we've got Nifty, we've got Spike Direction Effect, we've got Nige from Higgs and the Bosons, and Chris from Sumpin Lee. So Nifty, how's things going? You got yourself a new couple of tracks coming.
Yeah, I've got to pull my fucking thumb out. I'm sorry, I'm allowed to swear.
No, you go for it.
Yeah,
you can say what you like.
I've got to fucking pull my thumb out, I'll tell you that. But yeah, there is 2 tracks on the way that are a bit more Linkin Park inspired than my normal stuff. But then I don't know really what you'd class my normal stuff as. It's rap, it's hip hop, but what?
It's got a little something else in as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of dubstep, a bit of rock, a bit of, typical white man flavour in there.
Yeah. Fair dinks. Cool. So, what's your thoughts on when you're aiming to get them sorted? Do you reckon spring?
I would like to finish them off and make individual videos for them just to show them off.
Yeah.
And then show them what might be coming, because I like albums. I like doing albums. I've only done an EP so far, but I'd like to do an album. So these 2 tracks would just to sort of be showing the direction I'm going in next.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, look. So I'm going to stick another track on while that's going. We have a little chat about a Nifty song to play. And I need to play a Spike Direction song as well. So I'm going to stick Hello Gecko on, and we'll have a little chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Wicked.
Afraid of change. Yeah. Go on. What do you guys want me to play?
What have you got?
So I've got most of the EP, plus you did give me a couple back in the day. You gave me I still haven't got the new version of Terminology Lyrical. I've got an old one. I've got Another Man Gone.
Another Man Done Gone. I like that's a special one. I like that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know that's a meaningful song in it. It's very good stuff. There it is. Yeah, I'll put that up.
Yeah, sick.
I seem to have run out of cold tea again.
Oh no!
I'll be back.
Oh no,
Exactly.
I think you might need to pop over to Nifty's house and help him out.
he's disappeared.
Got this. I still got this left. So
Whoa, yes, mate.
You ain't hitting all that tonight, are you?
Love a bit of Captain Morgan.
No, I'm gonna be real with you, and it's not a depressing one, but I broke up with my girlfriend today, so I'm just
Ah,
sort of drinking it away, you know.
Yeah. Fair dues. Fair dues.
yeah. I was dealing with this with Sour Crouch last night. Bless him.
I still have
Similar situation, poor lad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad times. Sad
You know,
times.
do you
It's
guys like
relationships are hard, man.
Aliens?
Sorry?
Do you guys like the film Aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah. I called her Cheyenne. You gonna get the reference?
Sorry, I'm not.
Cheyenne. Is the
Cheyenne.
name of the dropship.
All right, yeah.
I didn't think Ripley or Jones. I thought that would just be way too obvious, you know.
Too much, yeah, too much.
Yeah.
You need to get yourself a t-shirt with a bit of Velcro here that she can burst out of.
Well, I've seen like you know, like the shopping market face masks.
Yeah.
I've seen ones that go over your face that are face huggers, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's cool.
I do want one, but not for that reason.
Yeah.
I just want one to wear around normally.
Yeah, man.
Near
Big
me,
ends,
there's
just for the
a Poco Loco. Yeah. At Poco Loco, they have a cabaret every so often, like a striptease kind of burlesque show,
Yeah.
which, if you can imagine, in that tiny room. But
Is that
I went there once.
The venue.
Yeah.
But
there was this girl. This girl did a dance in a spacesuit with a face hugger, like she was dancing with it while stripping off her spacesuit,
Well,
and to the tune of "I Can Feel My." That was wicked.
What I wanted to do for Halloween, because I've got like it doesn't look it now, but I've got this pretty big bushy hair, and I found a jumpsuit, a blue jumpsuit. All I needed was to put some patches on it and a box, and a flamethrower, and I would have gone as Ripley. I would have done it.
Yeah.
But
Wicked.
I couldn't find the part.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Mate, do you want to talk about Another Man Gone before I put it on?
Sure.
Do you want to say some things about Another Man Gone before I put it on, or do you want me to just put it on?
This is a strange one, see, because only I, at that point, had a friend that had died. And then not long after writing this, my partner writing this died.
Yes,
So I'm not entirely sure how I feel. It's always going to have a place in my heart, but I'm not sure who I value over it. I mean, that sounds.
This is what I thought I'd ask you.
That I definitely value my producer, my guy, because he encouraged me and he made me do what I do. So, but it's gonna hold a place in both their hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's too much to talk about. I don't know if it's too much to talk about today of all days as well.
Oh, well, yeah, I won't go too heavy in it.
No, it's fair enough. Yeah. You got anything you want us to play, Spike? Or
It's Underdog, really, is what out of what's on there, isn't it? Underdog Trash Live. That's the nothing beats that.
Or I may not have. Have I downloaded the live one? I'll have to download that.
It is infinitely superior to the other version.
Fair enough.
And there'll be a third version soon, but you know, I've got to actually make the plan. It'll be after Christmas now, but
Yeah, I feel that.
Sorry, mate. I'm just responding to something.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually almost forgot about this. I was like, oh my god, it's 9 o'clock. Shit, I forgot. I gotta be honest.
That's all right. There was so many people were going to come along, and I haven't had as many as I was hoping for. But it's cool. We've had a good.
That's always the way.
I tell you what, the one I did for the show's first birthday, L from Hounding, I don't know if you know him, and Corbrow Ovals just fucking stood around for the whole time. They were just fucking taking the piss out of me constantly.
Do you know what? Yeah, I've been around Mike quite a lot. I went on tour with him. I've supported him. All of his supporting artists don't seem to just give a fuck. I say that lightly because I know they'll weigh me in, but they suck. They're just not good performers. They're not good with the crowd. I don't know why he picks them.
Yeah,
but that's my view.
Right, what would we have? We had a bit of Ainsley there from Melisandre's Beaver. I will never accept any other name for that band. They are not Mel's Beaver. Not the
you
Mel
guys,
Bees.
you and Tiz need to get over that now. Honestly, they're called the Melbys. Get with the program, Grandad.
That's a shit name.
Yeah.
Compared to Melisandre's Beaver.
It's fine. It trips off the tongue. The Melbys. It's lovely. I don't know why I'm going to bat for them. They don't even know who I am, but you know,
they're lovely guys. Actually, they're really good. Really good. All right, Nifty. Did you want to say anything about Another Man Gone? I don't think we kind of got quite all the way to an answer on it. Do you want me to just put Another Man Gone on?
I don't know why I'm going to bat for them. They don't even know.
Here we go. Right. Where are we at? 10 past 10. I'm gonna have to do my raffle announcements as well. I've got to remember to do that. Rob, it's up to you to not let me forget next time. I'm putting the pressure on you. You have responsibility.
Okay.
Gentlemen, our job is clear here. That's to distract Andrew so he fails to get.
Make sure I fail utterly. I spent most of the last 2 hours.
And we'll double up on this because we'll distract him by telling him he's got to wake Tiz up.
Yeah, right.
So what is wrong with the previous 2 hours?
No, so the last 2 hours I did a show on Saturday morning from 5 until 10.
Yeah, what about the 2 hours prior to that?
How do you mean? Well, the 2 hours up to now in this show.
I'm going to turn my speaker on.
Oh, Nifty, I haven't heard this track before. It's excellent.
I know this one. This is a banger.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Something different.
Deep as well. Isn't it? We've talked about this song before when you first come on my show, I think, Nift.
Your device is connected.
You got a few different people performing on this, haven't you?
Your device is disconnected.
Maybe can't hear me. Can you hear me in a minute, Nifty?
Your device is connected.
No, I can't hear it myself.
No. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to do some rerouting. Underdog Trash coming up. Yeah, I'll see if I can knock a few other people around for the last hour of the show. 45 minutes, in fact.
God, that went quick.
If we're really rude to him, time will drag. It'll seem like it goes on forever. There's one bizarre thing with the tech. I'm doing this bit on the phone because I haven't got the right browser on the laptop. And everyone's little window is about the size of a thumbnail. So if there's more than about 4 people on this, I can't see.
Ooh.
Okay, you're
there you go, Nigel. That's the trick.
Now, yeah, but not a lot.
That's the turn your phone sideways. There you go.
Woo!
And Nifty is slowly disappearing off the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
keeps dropping his phone. That's the problem.
I can't hear
Yeah,
shit.
there you go.
Oh, mate.
Still can't hear
Widescreen activate.
Still can't hear shit.
All right. Are you trying to listen to music? Because the music isn't coming through this chat, this bit.
Yeah. All I can hear is my own voice in this room.
Yeah. No, you'd have to go to XRP's website to listen to the music as well.
Oh, so this is easier on a laptop then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only they had a
Next
sound
time.
engineer,
Next time.
Hey, I am sound, man. I'm so sound.
Better wake up, Tiz. Wake up, Tiz. See if we can
I
help.
warned you I was going to give you abuse.
I can cope with the abuse. I've been married.
Is Tiz awake yet?
I don't know if he ever is he?
So is this going to be a monthly thing or what? So
no, we do it once a year. Once a year, we do a little fundraiser.
Once a year?
Yeah, because this is just like part of our sort of fundraising thing.
Nah, do it once a month.
Could do. But my show's moved now. It's not normally in this slot. So I'm only able to get this slot because of the fundraiser thing. But it's normally on a Wednesday now. But still, could do it.
Is Ed still doing a slot?
No, he did a slot for the Zerpathon. He did 3 hours on Saturday morning after me. But no, he doesn't do a show regularly at the minute. He's too busy with work. Like I'm not too fucking busy with work. We're all too fucking busy with work.
We grind the axes and you pay the taxes.
Know what it's time for after this. Can't let a show pass without playing Rhyming Dictionary, can I?
No.
Ooh.
They split up as well.
Yeah, I know. Gutted.
Spike, you'll understand this perfectly. There's a song that Higgs do called "Not Me," and it's got a little scratchy guitar riff which goes from A to E minor to A minor to E and back to back down again, and it's played quite fast. And I'm not, really a seriously good guitarist at all. Therefore, I can play at a certain speed. And then the band always, whenever we play it live, bastards speed up.
So if I don't, because of the fucking tremor, which is at a fairly fixed frequency, I have to work really hard to play at any other speed than this.
Yeah,
any speed that's not that.
Is speed a difficulty for you guys?
I'll lend you the Higgs band. They will play everything slightly faster than you can quite do it.
What's one I got? Buzz me, not quite the rhyme scheme. Put scars at the past of the rhyme scheme, or hard of my rhyme scheme, or more advanced, can't pass them a dart like lightning. Like this that I'm ready to wave. Got a tugger in my mind of the bed of a slave. Knocks on the pocket of the side of a plate, but the fix up the flavors acquire with taste.
Hanging.
Yeah. That's you make me realise I can't do that. I have a spoken word bit I do in one of our songs, where I say it's like about the blues and the power of the blues. It's like, what killed the dinosaurs? The blues. What sank Atlantis? The blues. And the bit that I can never do because it's so fast, I go, And what delivered Lewis and Clark across miles and miles of hostile territory from one end of the continental United States to the other, when their only likely fate seemed to be the cold embrace of death? And last night I just went.
No one would have fucking known anything anyway.
It's not about
No,
linking,
exactly.
It's not just about linking rhymes one after the other. It's finding a rhyme and then finding a rhythmical place to land that line.
I can't do any of that shit because I'm tongue-tied.
Rhymes all the time.
Yeah, stuff in the middle of the line and stuff in the middle of words, assonance.
Break for your beaker, loud in your speaker. You could contain me if you're in a beaker. Rhyme so sleeker, the getting sweeter. I better the rapper, better don't need the heat now. See, none of those rhymes, none of those words rhymed, but I said them in quick procession.
Yeah, that's the Eminem trick, isn't it? It's you just bend down.
Yeah, you don't have to rhyme fast, man. You have to rhyme. You have to learn a rhyme, but it don't have to be fast. You just need to figure out how to get there fast.
Oh, fucking Dr. Dre isn't fast, is he?
Dr. Dre gets his lyrics written for him.
Yeah. But even then, when he delivers them, he can't do fast.
Sure, no me. Still same OG, but I've been no key. Hated on by most of these niggas with no cheese, no deals, and no G's, no bills, and no B's, no boats, no snowmobiles, and no skis. See, it's all ghostwriting, but it's rhyme after rhyme after rhyme.
That's shady, isn't it? Look, we're going to stick another track on. This is Tax Return. That song was written by Shady, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. Because nowadays everybody but the talk, but they got something to say.
Oh, hey, did we go live again there? I didn't even realise.
Yeah. I just chucked it in.
Andy, you haven't announced the raffle winner yet.
Yeah, I've just put some fucking more music on. You found me.
I didn't even know we were live, mate.
You found me.
As a raffle.
I was waiting for the opportunity to talk about myself.
I hope some of the lovely public win that raffle.
I won one. But
I've got no fucking spare money. I haven't spent any money in at all this time. But I've given my fair share.
Yeah.
I've got a server that I run and shit. So.
Too right.
I don't even know how much coke's in this anymore.
Go easy on that, man.
Jesus.
Go easy on that.
Me.
Right.
Do we know where Nick's address is? I feel like we're going to be. We're going to be calling the ambulance to his address in a minute.
just in case, message me your address, man.
It was a gift from a girl from Hull. So I feel obliged. Look, I'm mixing it at least.
Oh, that'll help.
You've got a 500 milliliter bottle of
There's
Pepsi.
not really a lot of space.
You've literally not left any room in that bottle for Coke. Jesus Christ.
No, there's not really any space left. I'm going to have to mix some first.
Jesus. I don't want to be watching when you go into a coma, man.
Oh, this is like a snuff film. Oh, God.
Easy about this, man.
We all are curious about snuff films.
Curious is the word I'd use.
No,
Shit, man.
Question for the panel: how come admin Lady Cat is still up and half awake?
I can feel it with nostrils.
She's got a kid. You don't sleep when you got a kid. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, you have no choice.
You've got 2 kids.
Fair point.
As long as she sends me booze, I'm fine.
Man.
So whose song's up next? Not that I can hear it.
I was going to stick up some techno with Comatose.
I've got to figure out a way of playing this. No,
You've got your laptop handy. You could use your laptop as well, couldn't you? Use your
I've got a Mac.
Or have you only got your one set of headphones?
No, I've got a Mac.
Yeah.
And I've got Bluetooth headphones, but I don't have Bluetooth speakers, but I don't have Bluetooth headphones.
Right.
Is that going to be a problem?
I don't know. It depends if you want to hear what we got to say or not.
Damn it.
Let's see if I can think of a way. I might be able to route something that way. I normally have my DAW up if I want to start mixing music back to the people talking. But I didn't do that today because it's just
Too much faff.
too much
Oh,
faff.
no.
No, I got here and I had a problem with my audio anyway.
May you torrents come up. Don't judge me.
Wouldn't dream of it, mate.
Free VPN again. Don't judge me.
No.
Right, where am I going?
You coming to us from Belarus?
Right, so I've got Google Chrome, yeah.
Yeah. Have you not got Chrome on your Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could use Chrome to come onto StreamYard.
Oh, what the thing
Not
that's on
this.
my phone screen?
Yeah.
Now I sound like a dumbass.
That's all right, man. It's my fault for leaving it last minute. Do you know what? I was just learning how to use StreamYard. In fact, I fucked up how to use StreamYard the first
I
5
haven't.
minutes of this.
I haven't even looked at it. I've been
Bro,
so busy the last couple of weeks. I didn't even have a chance to look at it before all this. Otherwise, I would have been doing it.
It's on this laptop 3 times. Right. Oh, but really? 3 I triple BB 2 Q N R. I did it. I did it, boys. Whoops, there's nothing here. I hear you laughing, but I also hear me not appreciating.
The problem is because you shit yourselves.
Right, so where do I go from here?
The words are coming out all weird. Where are you?
I've got email addresses that I can enter. I've got web addresses that I can enter. What can I do?
Can you not pick up that link from the Facebook event?
I could try that. I didn't think of that. Because genius over here. Oh, later. In an hour. Later. Oh, right.
Do you know, this wasn't the sort of chaos I was expecting. This is just not the kind of chaos I was
Nobody
hoping
expects the
No,
Spanish
I
chaos.
thought this was going to be really easy, but it's not.
for. Nah, fair enough.
No, it just sends me to the Not Your Usual Beat Facebook page.
Clicking on the right link.
Oh, very handy.
Oh, wait, my phone was in the way. No, it wasn't in the way. I don't know what to do. Help, guys.
Oh, I don't even know what you're trying to do.
Can you
Well,
show us the screen?
I'm on StreamYard.com.
Right.
StreamYard, yeah, StreamYard.com. That's as far as I've made it.
Right.
Andrew, they're betting on this one now.
Are they?
Look at the chat.
There is no chat, no bed. There's an email address.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't joined it as a guest, so I don't know.
Oh dear.
Oh, I found email address right at the bottom.
Hey,
Wait.
What am I doing?
Now we've lost your audio though.
Oh, fuck.
No, it's back.
Really?
Maybe in the morning.
Just give me the email address. You're sending it to me by Facebook, aren't you? I can't use Facebook. This is gay.
Oh, there's the cat again. Oh, was he crashed altogether now?
I think so. Either that or he's got very good at staying
mate.
very, very still.
What have I done? Move, you fucking.
You've turned your camera off.
No, don't take the fucking keyboard with you, you twat.
Oh, please help me.
What is that?
Right.
Nifty, I love you, man. I do love you.
Oh, this has been brilliant.
Okay.
Dear, oh dear.
Sometimes
I'm trying to join this group.
I just love it.
Right,
The tech causes trouble. It's brilliant.
Now,
Yeah.
listen.
Just great.
Listen.
Only me.
There could very well be a
now.
health situation here, so. Right, yeah. So, how are we doing? We're trying to, Nifty. You've got half an hour to get this sorted before we end the show.
Yeah, are we live again, Andy?
We are live again, but you aren't.
Do the raffle. Do the raffle.
Do the raffle.
No, wake up, Tiz. Wake up, Tiz.
Cow prod. Right, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to do the first raffle. So we've got 2 to go now. And we have 2 winners, which are James Doyle and Tiny Forehead. Those are the winners for your Not Your Usual Zerp.
Both
and I think
Garage
the winners,
of Dreams legends.
I think actually the winners of Not Your Usual Zerp are all of us for having been here for this joyous occasion. I'm going to play some Medici for you. Oh, do you want to talk about yourself a bit, Spike? You wanted to talk about yourself for a bit.
Always. But
Go on then.
Excuse me. Was a small comment that needs to go in first here.
No direction.
It's all fake news. Got 1 million views. So many clicks from stupid dicks. Throw enough shit. Some of it sticks. Give me that fake news. Now, tell us about yourself, Spike.
have you considered becoming a rapper, Nigel?
Yeah.
You could be the next Professor Elemental. Chap Hop. There's a future in that. I see it.
Nifty can hook you
I'll
up.
tell you what. Talk about myself. I'm in the process of, in the very extended pre-production process for the new Spike Direction Effect album. It's going to be a long time because, I could just save up some money and go into a studio, but I don't have any money. So I'm not going to do that. No, it's the easy way. Come on, you don't get any points for doing the easy way. So I'm going to build a studio in my garage. So we're sort of gradually planning that, right? I've got to clear out all the shit that's in the garage, the garage of dreams. So I've got to clear that out, make a bit of space. Blake's got to get his drum kit out of storage, and then we'll move in there. And then James Doyle's very kindly agreed to come over and be our producer, our engineer, lend us a few mics and whatnot.
Good man.
And another friend of mine has got a multi-track cassette recorder, like a 12-track cassette recorder. Not like one of the 4-track ones where you can overdub and stuff. I think it will do it all live. So it'll basically do everything live in the room. Cool. And then it will just go onto this cassette, and then that will be the album. Whatever we get out of that, that's the plan. Yes. So it's just a question of we've got the songs, so we're just rehearsing them. We've played the majority of them live now. I think the ones that are going to go on there. So got a good feeling for how it's going to be, and then world domination after that. Once we've got it, do some videos. Do it. Yeah. One of them's called Medway Queen. It's been on here a bit. But my original demo with me and a drum pedal and nothing else. That did all right. Actually, it was in the charts at one point. But when we record that properly, the Medway Queen, the boat, is just down the road from me. So I want to see, and they're looking at hiring out as a venue. So I want to see if we can do a launch party on there or film a video on there or something. They might get a bit funny about it because it's a very old boat, and I don't know. They might be worried about some punk band coming along and damaging it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe if I ask nicely.
If you want any engineering help, give us a shout.
They do. They definitely need engineering help.
I
They've
wasn't
got-
offering for them.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's the whole point. The whole point of that song is it's like a call to action to sort out the boat, because it's like this lovely old steam-powered paddle steamer, you know, and but it's got no
Fake
boiler,
power!
which is a bit of a obstruction for a boat working, you know, a steamboat. So it's like, put the boiler back. It's the only lyric in the song.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I
did that last night.
What's it, fucking Coal Chamber song? It sounds like you're doing Sway.
Yeah. Well, we played that last night, and I was unplugged. I was on wireless, and I went roaming around the pub, just off mic, just shouting out, "Put the boiler back!" And for one of them, I went off down the corridor, and I was just going to go in the toilets. This bloke came out just as I was going to go in, and I just went in his face, "Put the boiler back!" Ran off again.
Who the fuck has come onto our chat and on the side there, the sexchat69.site, free vert girls chat here.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, yeah, I'll click on that. No problems. Look, we're gonna have some.
See if they want to donate. Yeah.
They want to donate something, but it's not what you want. I think it's ping pong balls.
Human material.
Fuck! I hope that Nifty's alive.
Yeah, he's just gone, and he. Oh, jeez.
Fucking hell. Oh, I love him, man, but Jesus Christ, he's in a state.
That was alarming. That was quite alarming.
Fucking hell.
It was just when he just kept pouring that rum. That was.
Go easy, God. Man. Go easy.
Oh, shit. Whoa! Because he had the half the bottle empty, and he just went.
It was like one of those kids' experiments. It's like one of those kids' experiments with oil and water.
My God!
The rum was just floating on the top.
Just sat on the top, yeah.
That's so
much. I think a mouthful of that would have probably sent me to the hospital. I'm not that big a drinker at all. But fucking hell.
Oh, we ended up doing Jaeger bombs at one point last night after we'd finished, and John, who's the former Z-Stax guitarist, he was with, and he literally got about halfway through it, and he just was like, like he wanted to die. Nah. I was like, come on, it's only little, but he's just like melting into himself.
I start puking before I have a good time, I tell you. Every time.
I'm not much of a drinker, but I don't know. I seem to be able to put it away and not really feel the effects at the moment. I don't know what the secret is.
I think it's practice. It's like anything else. You exercise that skill.
Always have ice in the whiskey. That's it. Because then you're getting a bit of water at the same time. That's the closest I've got to a secret.
One of these days, I'm going to buy you something that's too luxurious for you that will not fit in with your lifestyle. Like, have you seen those whiskey rocks?
Oh yeah. I bought my granddad some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see you with them, but you're in a
what a
whiskey in a mug.
In like a plastic cup.
You freeze them. They just hold on to they don't water the whiskey down when they melt, because they don't melt because they're rocks, and they
just make it cold. Yeah.
Right. Okay, got you.
They do it with stones as well sometimes.
You can get stainless steel ones as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, you get.
Cool.
Oh man, I messaged him saying, please, seriously, send me your address.
Tell me you're alive. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Do we need to phone A&E now?
I mean, I know his.
Where does he even live?
His name, but Thanet is the best I can do. I can't get A&E the ambulance to go and knock on every door in Thanet.
Go and look for it's like Nifty OTM. Where is he?
I know what his real name is. But shit, I'm genuinely worried. Really am. Fucking hell.
He had that sort of hooded face, like
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, well, when up one eye, you just lose control of one eye when you're really drunk, don't you? You get that.
Yeah, man. It's genuinely. I knew I didn't know what to expect. Like, fucking hell. Like, didn't expect
Yeah, yeah.
live snuff show. Shit. Juniper, are you on the live stream with someone who's messed up?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I thought
God.
listening to everybody eating all that super hot chili this morning was kind of bizarre. Because I wasn't looking at the stream. I was just listening while I was doing the shopping. And I was just like, "What is going on?"
Chili.
Yeah, she was having chili for breakfast, and it was and they were eating nuts that were like 16 million Scovilles or something. I was like, "What are they doing?"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's fucking mate, you okay into him?
Oh, man,
Fucking
alive.
God, I'm so stressed.
Well, you know, we didn't do that to him. We weren't egging him on. We were like, whoa, stop.
Fucking hell.
Some things are self-inflicted. You can't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It doesn't.
Also, when yeah,
I mean,
I've been there, dealing with my own kids when they were young and drank too much and so on. When they're kids, okay, you've got kind of responsibility for them. When people are adults, there's a limit to your responsibility. I mean, if they fuck up,
absolutely.
You can try and pick up the pieces, but you're not there to tell them not to fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People make their own decisions for their own reasons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Still, I know his particular friendship group have had quite a lot of. There's been quite a lot of tragedies and stuff amongst them.
That's bad.
It's not a good environment anyway. That song "Another Man's Gone" is about him losing one of his mates. But, I can help.
Tell you
I
what,
don't want to do the rest of the show now.
He's gone completely offline, has he?
I know he's not responding on Facebook either.
Jeez.
Reading the chat on the website, it's getting seriously surreal.
I know. I don't know what I've done. What have I done to the world? What have I done to XRP?
I didn't think this place would get any stranger. We've come along completely broken it tonight.
Meanwhile, back on wherever, Planet Zog. Now there's a band name, Planet Zog. That would work.
Zog. I rather fancy something along the lines of "Mr. DeVere will see you now" as a band name.
What was it?
The other one, the one that I'm probably going to go with is based on a thing from the QI's podcast, No Such Thing as a Fish, which is just genius anyway. But one of the things, apparently, you can make pigeons superstitious. So if you feed them, the next time they want food, they will do the same action as they did just before that, or they face the same way, that sort of thing. So I think Superstitious Pigeons is a fantastic band name.
I was with Sour Crouch last night. And he's kind of he's just decided he's got the bug again. He's like, I want to get back into it, but I want to start a new band, and we're going to call it Pink Man.
Pink Man.
Which it's got a good ring to it, isn't it?
You should have Mr. Pink Man, because you can bring Reservoir Dogs in it as well.
Or Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
you could cross them over nicely.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's going to come of it. I told him I'm up for it. We're gonna have a mess around and see what happens.
I always wanted to call a band Scrotum, the Wrinkled Retainer, which may mean nothing to you.
I I mean, I think
Got a
I've got
wonderful
some
ring to it,
idea.
though.
Did
Did you ever
Did you ever come across? Do you remember Viv Stanshall?
I didn't. Whatever she said, I did not come across her.
Well, I like what's it, Captain Lockheed
I'm
and
gonna
the
have to look at it,
Starfighters.
Yeah.
He's on that, isn't he?
You're going on air in 2 seconds, by the way.
Oh.
And I might not. That was Corbrow Ovals, and I need some serious help here at the moment. I've got one absentee in the video chat. Vince, you there? And I've got another absentee who's just I'm just fucking shitting worrying myself about now. Oh my god. Yeah, got 15 minutes left of the show. So any last things you guys want to say?
Donate to the fundraiser.
Donate to the fundraiser.
Because I can't afford to. Do it in my name.
And if you know where Nifty lives, please knock on his door and make sure he's fucking
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Vince, my man, how you doing?
Looking good.
And everyone else, how you
Very
doing?
good.
Well, apart from
Tell us
being
you're not
stressed out of my fucking mind, I'm fine.
For the love of God, tell us you're not on the run, Vince.
Oh,
No, that's why I disappeared. I went into the waiting room, but Andrew didn't notice me for a while, so I thought I'd go and make myself a cup of tea.
yeah.
Oh, thank God. We don't have to worry about you as well then.
Yeah,
No.
sorry, it doesn't make any sort of ding or anything when they arrive, and it
you
just
know,
says it at the bottom.
It took me a good while to realise that I had to come in myself. I was sitting waiting for an invite.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then I
well-
I realised I wasn't going to get one when you played my track, and then you played Stella on the Loft afterwards. I've got to say that you made me smile with that. I've never met anyone that can put their feet in it like me. When you called her a lovely old lady.
You have met me, right? 'Cause my favourite moment of me putting my foot on this show was I accidentally did a fucking Jimmy Savile impression. Now then. I was just like, oh my god, what the fuck am I saying?
Well, I still fondly remember when I was first chatting to you about coming on the show, and I sent you our album as a RAR, and then you replied to it going, "Oh, he sent me a RAR. Fuck's sake! What am I going to do with this?" And that was your.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's still
man.
me.
Just do it as a zip. Or post me the cassette. Fucking hell. Oh, jeez. What's going on in your world at the minute then, Vince?
I'm growing cabbages.
You're growing cabbages.
Yeah,
You're going to be pitting them against politicians.
Oh,
I probably should do. Yeah, I've got really into gardening this year. It was a bit weird. I was given loads of seeds by my dad and some plants by people, and so I thought I couldn't think of anything else to do with them other than stick them in the ground, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been quite revolutionary, both.
Yeah, both. You can have both.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I said to my mate, he came out to work in the morning, and each morning we would go out and look at my veggies, and I said to her, Paula thinks I'm a bit obsessive about this gardening because I'm talking to my beans and that. I keep coming out to the garden to talk to my beans. And Darren said, I don't think that's obsessive. I said, no, neither do I. I said, but she reckons 2 o'clock in the morning is a bit.
So
yeah,
what do you say to the beans? Fucking grow.
Yeah, get
Does that work?
On.
And
And
you should be playing them some songs, mate.
Did
Supposed to respond to that.
Do you say nice things to them?
Pipe XRP to them. It'll triple my listenership.
Generally, I do, but I was also where I had a wigwam of beans. It was also very convenient that I could relieve myself behind the beans without being that obvious to people around.
Oh, I was a bit worried we were going a bit Radio 4 there with the gardening talk. You just brought it.
Well,
thank God.
But apparently
it's not
good
too off
for
topic.
Yeah.
Apparently it's good. I mean, they did have a funny
nitrates or whatever.
There's a bad joke here somewhere about playing Andrew to them, but there were has-beens and.
Oh dear.
I was just going to say there's a lot of demand. there's a lot of demand in our sector for a skilled horticulturalist, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
I
that
think
was
I
the
know
only
someone that's
growing
probably-
experience I ever had before, to be honest. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
The devil's lettuce.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to grow it up by the gypsy site in Ashford. You know, Chilmerton Hill. The Chilmerton.
Not intimately, but carry on.
Yeah, I used to grow it up next to there, and one year as well, I found a dead mink run over in the road, and so I thought I know what I can do with that. I took it, and it was pretty rigor mortar sized. I stuck it on the plants to keep the rabbits off of them.
Fair enough. See, it's happened again.
My plants.
My 3 years undercover has revealed another truth. We should have more police go undercover. I know about your ganja growth now.
Never mentioned that at all.
No, you didn't say anything.
No.
Oh dear God! Right, we're gonna have some more tunes because we're running out of time. Oh shit, we're seriously running out of time, and I'm gonna have to put bath time on. Right,
I'm
this
gonna
is
have to give you some more tunes.
Yeah, man, I need them big time.
Definitely.
Right, this is Claire Pitt-Wigmore. I think. Oh, I'm still on air. I think I'm just going to play this and play Bath Time. While Bath Time's doing its little intro, because there's a bit of instrumental at the beginning of it, we just talk over it with some goodbyes.
Fair dues.
And I will try to get fucking Nifty to respond to anything.
God, yeah.
Fucking hell.
So who's doing the next show then, Andrew?
We've got Juniper on next for 2 hours, and then I'm back on for another 2 hours. She wouldn't push
might
it.
be past me bedtime.
I was past my bedtime, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think Corbrow Opals is coming on to wind me up for the first hour or so.
Good out.
So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably be doing that from the kitchen because it's getting too fucking cold out here. It's fucking freezing.
Oh, you're a man in a shed. Well done.
I am. Well, it's actually like a, what's it? It's 10, 12 foot by 10 by that square. But it's like 3/4 filled up with junk that would desperately need sorting through. So I'm actually really quite cramped here.
It's probably warmer in my shed than it is in the house at the moment.
Yeah, what with the special lamps?
Well, just the fact that we can't afford to put the heating on. It's mind you, I've got an excuse for not showering now, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, we've invested in the discount heating.
What's that? More jumpers?
Yeah, big fluffy jumpers with hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
quite
fucking-
excellent though. I'm gonna have to look for some of them.
Well, this one isn't long enough. That's the problem. And it's barely long. Oh, it needs to be floor length, really.
Yeah.
We've just got massive blankets everywhere.
How's your baby doing, Spike? You it must be a sort of year and a half old now.
It'll be 3 in February.
3?
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Well, when we met, that was summer 2020, wasn't it? Or no, wait, can't have been.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, I'll keep losing track of time. I had an argument with the missus because I said our chickens were a year and a half old, and she said they were 3 years old, and I was like, no, they're not. No, this is the first year they've been laying eggs.
Yeah, no. He's 2 and a big chunk now. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having the same arguments with my kids since they started laying eggs.
Oh yeah, that's
you fucking can't stop them now.
Let me tell him about my show on Friday. When I was doing the Garage of Dreams on Friday night, and my little boy was up because he comes and he just talks on the mic sometimes when I'm doing it, which I don't mind. So he comes and he's handing me these puzzle pieces because he's doing all his puzzles. I was like, okay, darling, and talking at the same time. And then he just put something in my hand. I was like, all right, thanks. And I was like, wait, what's that? That's not a puzzle piece. And he goes, it's a pooey. I was like, what? And he literally sat on the floor and handed me a turd. while I was live.
He's getting plenty of roughage, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah. Okay, that is about it for Not Your Usual Beat for this fine Sunday. We'll be back in a couple of hours. Before that, we've got Juniper. I'm just going to allow the gents in the chat to say their goodbyes. Nigel, you were the first through the doors.
Hey, hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista.
Have a good one,
Smokey.
all. And get your money out. Give some money to XRP.
Yeah. Give that money you stole from that pensioner.
Yeah.
Give it to XRP.
I am that pensioner.
Spike direction effect.
Thanks for having us. Somebody check on Nifty.
He's
Make
just said
sure he's
in the chat.
alive.
He's there. He's good.
What? He's there.
He's
Hey,
alive.
good.
He's alive.
Thank God. Okay, cool. Well, okay then. Everybody have a good night, and don't forget to donate.
That's it. Vince, you got anything you want to share quickly before
Just
we go?
bonjour.
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 Bonjour, mes amis. Cool. Take care, people. Stick around for Juniper. Sorry, I thought something was going more wrong than it was. Yeah, stick around for Juniper in the Shea Garden coming up very soon.
Ciao.
Ah, wicked. Well, thank you very much, guys. It wasn't quite the same. Wasn't Beans by Kruger. It wasn't the chaos I was expecting, but it was some chaos.
Yeah.
It was
memorable.
It was chaotic this end because I was trying to watch the live stream, listen to the show.
All around Spike's place now, and we'll cause some more trouble.
Yeah, do it.
I'll see you in a minute. All right. All right. I'm going to nip off now. Take care, lads.
Yeah, take care, man. Take care, man.
Yeah,
See you
me
soon.
too.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one, guys.
See you, man.
How do you leave?
How do I get out of this place? Oh dear. Oh, thank you for popping along. Yeah, sorry.
no worries.
How long were you waiting for?
Well, I was watching all the show, but I wanted to listen to the show. Do you know what I mean? So I was kind of, and then just finding a convenient time to come in. So that sort of came quite late, really.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
But it definitely was chaotic this end.
Good.
But it usually is with technology.
Yeah.
Like, so I've got two windows open on the computer. I've got YouTube watching the live stream, and then you said about the chat on the actual chat, and then I realised I didn't need the YouTube open. I could watch it on the XRP site, and then it was all going dodgy. I lost the sound at one point, but no one was saying anything in the chat, so I shut it down. Yeah, it was all a bit mental, but it was fun. Heard some good music again as usual.
Good.
The free jazz that you played, I didn't think was that free. It was quite accessible, I thought.
No, it is. It's quite multi-tonal though. I think it's beyond bitonal. It's very. He's really good, Jules Hay.
Yeah.
He
I
got stuck out in Brazil for the most of the lockdown because he was
didn't he write an album in Brazil or something? Yeah.
He was going. That was what he was going there to do anyway. But he ended up writing a second album there because he was stuck out there for so long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mind you, it's
And
not
actually,
a
the
bad
second
place to
album
get
is
stuck.
amazing.
Is
Sorry?
it? It's not a bad place to get stuck.
No. Although they had their difficulties over the lockdown, but. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up now.
Yeah,
So,
mate.
thank you very much, and I'll see you soon, no doubt.
Yeah, I'll be in touch, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, wicked. Take care, man.
See you later. Bye.
See you all. Bye.